weekend show. Frequencies wild on the wave. Weekend warriors you crave. Static crackle, stories fly. Heroes born and never die. Ham radios, they never sleep. Tune in now, secrets keep. Weekend warriors on the line. Echoes of a battle sign. From the front lines to your ear, here's your show now, loud and clear. Airwaves buzzing, tales unfold. Voices young and voices old. Army, Navy, air and sea. Tune in now, you're riding free. Mic on loud, our crowds roar. Every tale you can't ignore. Through the static, truth will shine. Tune your dial, it's time to ride. Weekend warriors on the line. Echoes of a battle sign. From the front lines to your ear, here's your show now, loud and clear. Mic on loud, our crowds roar. Every tale you can't ignore. Through the static, truth will shine. Tune your dial, it's time to ride. Weekend warriors on the line. Echoes of a battle sign. From the front lines to your ear, here's your show now, loud and clear. Weekend warriors on the line.
Listen up, maggots. This is the Grouch coming at you loud and clear with another edition of the Weekend Warriors podcast. This is the place for real, no bullshit talk on the harsh realities and irreverent humor around military life. So sit the fuck down, strap in, and get ready for a raw, no-holds-barred discussion. This is the Weekend Warriors. All right, you degenerates, welcome back to the Weekend Warriors podcast, where our uniforms don't fit anymore, our backs hurt, and the only thing we're deploying is dark humor and questionable life choices. Tonight, we're talking about something that every veteran and first responder knows deep down, but hates to admit it. Your life after service still needs a battle rhythm. In the military, somebody told us when to wake up, when to eat, when to train, when to deploy, and occasionally when to rest. Quite often, hurry up and wait. So now it's all on us. And a lot of us are running on outdated orders and AOL dial-up. We're going to dig into what a new battle rhythm would look like for you when your mission has changed. Kids, relationships, money, health, all of it. How do we maintain the tribe so none of us are fighting what our brains are doing all on our own? Quick reminder, this is not HR-approved therapy. This is the smoke pit. Language will be spicy. Feelings are going to get hurt. And if something hits home, good. That means it's true and it's time to do something about it. All right, boys, floor's open. Let's get this show started.
Morning, Grouch.
Tonight, we got
Evening.
Michael and we got Dave.
I gotta fix that. Fuck. Every time.
All right. Well, fix it.
Yeah, fix it. Hurry up.
God bless
All
America.
right. Dave, how you doing, man?
Doing well. The only big thing that we had going on in the last couple of weeks was that check presentation we had last Saturday to the Make-A-Wish Foundation in Western New York.
Awesome.
Nothing huge. We just presented our check to this organization, and we're hoping that we hear about our story, or hear about a story about a child that we get to help out. But we'll see as it comes down through the pipeline. Other than that, it's been a pretty easy, relaxing week, and yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, that's a definite check in the win column.
Yeah.
Anything go on this week that really frosted your freaking keister?
No, I finally took a leap of faith and walked away from the church, but that's a whole nother subject.
All right. Yeah, no worries, man. I went down that road when I was about 12 years old, so I'm familiar with that path.
Yes, it is Guy that made you buy $200 worth of American Stronghold mead. Absolutely. Yeah, you have a few. Well, we're on that subject. Stand by. I got a present here for you, Shannon. I have Ode to the Past.
Ode to the past.
I also have Valor. Both of these ones. Nope, sorry. Valor is the grape and peanut butter and natural flavors. So this one's a PB&J one. Ode to the. I'm hoping it's not. Ode to the Past is an elderberry. It's a semi-sweet. And Legacy in the Glass. It is also an elderberry, but this one is a drier version. So we'll see how we like them.
Elderberry sounds good, but I don't know about PB&J alcohol.
I don't know, but we're gonna give her a try. Gonna give her a try and see how disappointed we are. I mean, it's got to be good because it has a platinum win, so they have a platinum.
It sounds like diabetic alcoholism.
Well,
somebody paid a lot of money for that platinum sticker.
Oh yeah,
it is between a semi-sweet and a sweet, so we'll see.
Look at that. Shannon says that you have the exact same 3 bottles.
Yeah, so that
what she's
the
got
trip
left.
down to Rochester was not a wasted trip because I did find a. Was your least favorite? Okay, I can see that. Because you can't buy it directly from the meadery unless you buy it online. So I found a liquor store that was in that area, and that they do carry them. They had 3 of the 4 they usually carry in stock. So I went with the 3 that were in stock. So I had them, and I'm gonna at least try them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try mead. I'm gonna have to try it. You guys keep talking about it. I'm gonna have to try it. I like honey.
But I wish I could really tell you guys about Driftbound. It is by American, but unfortunately, I think it was like a promo thing. They did only in 12-ounce bottles. We got our hands on it a couple months ago, and it's not on their website or anything. So it might have been just a promotional, or maybe you won. No, it had to be a promotional because it said made in 25.
Okay. Still,
yeah, I'd have to ask Eric what the mead was that he got me to buy. But I did buy a bottle of it, and it was really good.
Yeah, you can find some.
I just don't remember what the hell it was.
Yeah, well, the basic mead is wine, honey, sugar, and water, and some yeast. Basic.
Yeah. And it lasts forever. It won't go bad.
Nope.
Because it's honey. Honey don't go bad.
No, that's the great thing about it.
Am I better?
Well, you, Michael?
I don't know. I'm just pissing around here. Now I just realized my screwdriver that I showed y'all is not charging. Now it's charging. Now I'm happy.
All right, dude. Share a win from the last 2 weeks with us.
Finished an Amazon project. been really quiet with the wife. It's been good. We had one loss. I didn't mention this in the last live streams, but my wife lost her mom this year, and we didn't find out about it until the beginning of the week. They weren't very close, so yeah, it was very odd, but very heartbreaking that she lost her mom, and I think that was the last remaining direct relative that she has. So yeah, that sucked. But other than that, it's been a good week.
Well, I mean, family's complicated, right?
Yeah.
I don't talk to my family. They disowned me back in 2012. But I'd still be sad if one of my parents died. Like, just because we don't talk doesn't mean I don't still love them. I mean, they're still my parents.
Right. It's like I lost my dad, and nobody told me. It was like 2 years ago. It was 84. Yeah, 84. And I always call every Father's Day, call every holiday. And he called me, and he didn't call. So I called him, and both his phones were disconnected. I was like, what the heck is going on? And then I called his neighbor, and his neighbor told me there's a bunch of fishy stuff going on, and we're still working it all out. But told me that he passed, and he didn't want to tell me. I didn't want to. I was like, what? So yeah, we both have odd families. At least I got my boys, and it's one of them things.
Yeah, families are complicated.
Oh yeah, families are really complicated.
Absolutely agree with what Shannon said there. Sometimes you have to cut your family off for your own mental health. Doesn't mean that you don't love them.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct. Very correct.
My girlfriend has gone through that in the couple of years that we've been together because she's trying to get, her mental health back.
Yeah. Well, I've got my oldest that I didn't need. Here's how weird and deep my family goes. My oldest is 30. I didn't know he even existed until he was 26, and he sent me a Facebook message.
Wow.
Yeah. He didn't want anything. He just wanted a relationship. Now we have a really good relationship. We talk at minimum once a week.
Right.
My middle son, Joseph, he could care less sometimes, and then my youngest son, Nathan, who just moved out to Oklahoma, he calls me at least once a week needing something. So, but more or less moral support and kicking his butt along the line, get him motivated with stuff. But I mean, even my 30-year-old, I haven't been his father except for the last 4 years, and I try to give him motivation all the time, So it's just one of them things. I love all my boys,
Yep.
Yeah, and probably the vast amount of progeny that's running around Warren, Pennsylvania right now that I don't know about. Or Oklahoma.
We got a membership milestone in the chat. Ryan has been a member for 2 months. Says, good evening, everyone. Have a great Thanksgiving and Christmas. Well, hopefully you see us before then, because we're doing this every other week.
Well, you'll see us. You're seeing us before Thanksgiving, and you should definitely see us before Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And for those that don't know, right, every month that you are a channel member, you get a free membership milestone chat thing that you can put in, and it shows up as a big green block, and everybody gets to see it. And of course, thank you for being a channel member and supporting the show and everything that we're doing.
Very, very thankful for the people watching. I don't know how many people are watching now.
Currently,
13 right now.
13.
Oh,
Yeah, we got 12 on on YouTube, 1 on Twitter, and it looks like we got 3 on Instagram, but I guess the Instagram doesn't populate over. So thanks for being there on Instagram. We got Aaron, Caden Rue, and Nick's baby boy watching on Instagram. A lot of times,
Crash Course.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Instagram it really struggles with the live stream part of things. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't like to play nice. So I'm glad it's working today.
Is there anyone here in the chat that is not a member? Put a 1 in the chat if you're not a member. I want to see who's popping up.
Well,
so far, the only one I've seen is Dell.
Yeah, if you're watching the chat, the green are all channel members, and gray would be non-channel.
Sorry,
members.
Dell, Cooley are the 2 that I've seen come through here on the tube. Yep, they're the only 2 so far.
All right, so
there's
going to be 5 more members, I think.
You're hoping that one of them gets gifted it.
Yeah. Hey, 75
Cooley
did Cooley get it?
Yep, Cooley got it.
Yeah, Cooley got one. All right.
Dell always never gets one. That's freaking hilarious. Sad, but hilarious.
Dell's hearing a disembodied voice saying his name, but
disembodied voice.
yeah, somebody's got a bad audio. Well, you guys sound fine on my end, so it's maybe his audio on his end.
I don't know. Dell, can you hear me?
So Ryan had mentioned that my audio level was a little low, so I turned it up a little. Hopefully that made it better.
Your audio is always echoey, like you're talking in a cardboard box.
Well, I am in a box.
No, this is true. Except it's aluminum. It's a step up.
We'll move the mic a little closer there too. But so congrats. Congrats to Cooley, JLCA 320, Shoei, Lester Wilson, Ziggy 75 Ohmham. They all got gifted memberships. So thanks for that, Tortoise.
Not a problem. I was trying to hit Dell and Cooley. They're the ones that said they didn't have it. So
you got 50%. So not bad.
Yeah. 50? Boy, you don't math, do you?
You got 50% of
Cooley,
the names.
Oh, yeah, I got 50% of those. Okay, all right, I get it. All right, Jesus. All right, I'm not mathing tonight. I'm not mathing tonight. What's PHP doing?
I mean, that's the simplest math that even I can do it on stream.
And he's the Marine.
Yeah, he didn't pull out his crayon.
He didn't have to pull out the crayons.
So I'll tell you guys. All right. So my high, I guess, from the last week is I after I got done working in the hangar on Wednesday, I set up a quick Zoom call because I had a whole bunch of VEs and VE team leads from New Hampshire and Vermont that were still stuck in the dark ages of the old blue card, the grading cards and the paper booklets and all of that. Which of course the ARRL's not dealing with any of that anymore. And so they were just kind of lost. And I said, all right, listen, I'll walk you through it the best I can, but you're gonna have to go through the documentation because there's a lot of documentation. Yeah, so we sat down on a Zoom call. I should have recorded it, but I didn't. Um, I walked him through the whole process of at least how to use exam tools and still do in person paper exams. Use GradeCam for the grading and all of that. Uh, so it's I guess it was nice to pass on some of the knowledge that I learned over the last year in migrating the Granite State Amateur Radio Association, doing that same exact process. Thanks for becoming a channel member there, Dell.
Yeah, that was all. He's like, I'll make myself green.
Much appreciated, my friend.
I need to get a better background than Grouch.
Good luck.
Oh no. I'm gonna find one. Because you've got that globe anchor and whatever else that fancy shit is.
That is a whole lot of sexiness right there, is what that is.
I have to admit, it is. The Army never had something as sexy as that.
No.
It's just one of them things. We just need to catch up. I mean, we're not as old as the Marines, so.
Yes, we are.
No, the Marines are older.
No, they're not.
They're not? What?
No. It's the Army and Air Force were the first two branches in the military.
Yeah, well, the Air Force doesn't count because they didn't have them back in.
They broke off, right?
Yeah. Well, they still didn't have them in the 1700s.
we are older than the Marines.
It's funny. Ever since I became a Marine, right? I was always told that the Marine Corps was the oldest branch of the military for the United States, right? Because November 10th, 1775, we were United States Marines before we were the United States. But then I actually looked into the history, like I did a deep dive into it, and it was the Continental Marines. So it was not the United States. And well, whatever. We're still the best looking and the meanest, baddest motherfuckers ever.
Yeah.
Oh, see this stupid thing. I want to save a picture, and it won't let me save a picture.
Might as well throw it out to the chat too, since we've got such a good crowd. Let everybody know, one highlight of your last couple weeks, and then we'll start getting into the topic of the night.
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, mine was the check presentation.
Yeah,
it was a good time to go down, present the check to the organization, and then just hang out with my fellow bearded villains from my chapter and just have a lunch and just catch up on the past couple of months since we had actually last seen each other in September.
Oh, dude, that is awesome. How much did you guys raise?
$10,000.
Holy smokes.
And that was probably within our 4-hour block of the event on a Saturday. And we had people come from all over. We have bearded villains all over the world. We have 130 some odd chapters in 36, 37 countries.
That is amazing.
Yeah. One of the great highlights of our event back in September was the dunk tank. We had, so we were in downtown Buffalo, and we had the Bison baseball stadium right next door. And so the kids were over there. They came over to the Other Half Brewing, which is restaurant and everything, and they had lunch there. And once the dunk tank was ready to go, this baseball team was out there throwing, and we raised about $200, $220 some odd dollars just off those kids because they were having a blast dunking our guy that was in the tank.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
It really was.
Holy smokes.
I got a workout though because I was the one running that booth, and I'd had to go and run and chase all the freaking balls that the kids would throw, and they'd go bouncing off behind, and I got a hell of a workout.
Dave, I'll give you a suggestion. You know those orange snow nets that they use in the wintertime? They're plastic ones.
Yeah, we should have.
If you
done
stack those
like that.
up behind it, yeah, you'll lose less balls.
Yeah, we probably should have. Thankfully, there was only 3, and it did help that we had a couple other people that did run around and grab them up. So it wasn't just.
That's awesome. So, Paul,
Yeah.
what's
I
the
was just checking on the chat.
They're talking
all right,
about
so
pizza.
yeah, well, I can't make pizza in my oven, so I don't want to talk about pizza.
Why can't you make pizza in your oven, Paul?
Because it's not a real oven. It's a microwave. It's a microwave / convection oven. But like, it's one of those appliances like the air conditioner that nothing else can be running. And even microwaving, right? Like, so I live on ramen. That's my lunch. That's a staple for me, right? Is ramen. And I know that I can put ramen in a bowl with some water, and I throw it in the microwave, 3 minutes, and it's perfect.
It's an easy bake.
Well, now I got to put it in for 5 minutes. And sometimes it's still not hot enough.
Holy shit, dude! I told you, if you need another extension cord,
Yeah,
we'll find another. I can't believe that's only a 15 amp service there. That's nuts. They should upgrade that at least to 30.
I mean, that would be nice, especially since like there's 2 people on every pedestal.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, awesome!
Right?
If your shit goes out, their shit goes out too.
Yes.
Nice.
And I've tripped the breaker so many times. Like I know where it is now. So yeah, I walk my happy ass over to the bathroom, and the all the service panels are on the side of the bathroom, and I just find the one all the way to the end and open it up. Yep, there we go, reset.
Hey, they have a modification for that. You drill a hole through the switch, tie a copper wire to a screw so it'll never trip. or change it to a 20 amp breaker.
Yeah, I don't really want to be messing around with their service panels.
Well, I thought you were the maintenance guy now.
Yeah, no, I am doing a bunch of maintenance, but it's mostly golf cart maintenance. And I've been doing a bunch of research this week because the tug that the hangar has is an old Navy tug. And so it's like a 4-cylinder diesel, with wet brakes in the rear, and I've never worked on wet brakes, so I was digging into manuals and things, and of course, those Navy repair manuals are not publicly available, and so I had to find like a civilian version, and now I'm working off of that. So yeah, we gotta
civilian, military. It's the same thing. It just has different part numbers.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of an NSN number, it's something else.
Right.
That's cool. All I'm trying to do is I'm trying to source the brake pads for the parking brake, and then I got to tear apart the rear end to figure out where it's leaking. But
brake pads, if they haven't been overheated, they should have a number on the back of the brake pads. If you pull them off, look, see if there's a number on the back of the brake pad. But it's probably as old as the damn tug, so.
Well, and so therein lies the problem that, like, I don't want to tear the tug apart because it's the only one we've got. So it can't be like down for a day. it has to be that, I can fix it and get it back up and running, inside of like a 4-hour window.
Yeah, I could see the problem with that. Yes. You guys got boxcars for planes down there? What kind of planes you guys got?
So they get a caravan, a super caravan, 2 Twin Otters, and then a
Nice.
bunch of smaller planes. Yeah, there's a pretty good fleet here. Right?
Yeah, otters are awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was jumping out of on Tuesday. It's the Twin Otter. That was my first time jumping out of one of those.
There you go. Dell says you got to find a motor pool sergeant in a reserve unit.
Yes, yes.
Well,
Let me know, Dell. We get that Navy motor pool guy in my phone book here.
Well, you've got you're in Florida. There's a couple NASs down there. There's got to be somebody floating around that has a stack of old manuals in their freaking closet. I was one of them at one time. So, you know those double page manuals that were the long ones.
Yeah, the old
the
ones.
dash 10s and the dash 15s that were like giant. Yeah, I had a couple of those stacked in my closet. I should have never left them. Some of the stupid things you forget to do that you should do.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is you can only carry around so much stuff with you.
Yeah, 300 pounds
Right.
worth of manuals was not worth carrying around.
One of my little wins this week was I brought 3 totes from my house, and I had just thrown shit in them, and I was like, "This is all shit that I want to keep, but I don't have a home for it, and I don't know where it's going to go." And so I went through one of the totes, and I threw out half the shit in the freaking tote. I was like, "Why do I need this? Why did I take this? Why?" So. Yeah, it just goes to show, just downsize, minimal. That's all good.
Yeah.
All right. So to answer your original question, though, topic number one is about routines, right? Because this was something that was on my mind over the last couple weeks. Since I came down here, my routines are completely thrown off. And I don't know about you guys, but when I don't have a good routine, right, a nice rhythm of my day to day, I kind of get lost.
Yep.
And it's like, well, yeah, I've got this big list of things that I need to get done, but I end up getting nothing done because I just don't have the routine where, I get in the mood and get motivated. Because once the ball's rolling, it's easy. You just roll from one project into the next, and then it's dinner time, and you're like, oh wow, I got a lot done today.
Well, it's that ADD thing too with us.
Well, yeah, there's that too. Squirrel. So I had some questions, and I figured we could kind of run through this. But let's go way back, right? When you were in uniform, right? What was your day-to-day rhythm like? I mean, I know what it was like for me. I was up at 04 every morning.
Yep.
And then, I'd get dressed, I'd go to the gym, I'd go to the chow hall, and then I'd get cleaned up, showered, and then I'm ready for morning formation, and off I go with my day.
Yeah, it was the same. It was up at 04 or 05, depending on which day of the week it was. Go to PT, come back, take a shower, go to breakfast, go to first formation, go to work, go to lunch. go to afternoon formation, and then you're work and then done for the day. It was every day, dink, 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 dink. So it's at home for me. It's get up, let the dogs out, go feed the tortoise. Yes, feed 2 tortoises. Take a shower, give the wife a kiss, and go to work. It's the same thing. Go to work, come home, do the same thing. Let the dogs out, and I definitely fail at the PTT or the ADHD, or at least the ADD. I come home, I sit in my office, and I'm done. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do projects, nothing. I've been fried all day, and even my weekend is the same. Is almost the same thing, except I don't go to work. I go let the dogs out, take a shower, come upstairs, sit in my office. It's pretty bad. So that's why I was screaming to get out for POTA this weekend. I think something might happen tomorrow if it's warm, because it rained all day today. So I don't know. What do you do, Dave?
Back when I was in, God, that was 02 to 09.
Baby.
Yeah, I am.
You're young.
Let's see, 5, 6 o'clock, depending on what the day was going on. Earlier, if we had earlier formations because we were going to the field or whatever. Pretty much the same thing with you guys. Get up, go to formation, well, we usually had organized PTs, company to squad to team.
1, 2, 3, 1.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Yep.
2.
That
I
was
had a lot of
bullshit.
those.
I hated that.
Go about the day, sit around and do nothing a lot of time. Well, that's a lot of what we did here at this place.
Yeah, there's a lot of hurry up and wait over at Fort Drum.
Oh my God, there was so much of it.
Fort Snow, you mean?
Yeah, trust me. And we don't have any right now.
Which is amazing.
It is. Well, not really, because it was a couple years ago. We didn't see snow all the way up until just about Christmas. So it's
Hell,
not
Pennsylvania had a boatload of snow.
Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays, my days usually start about 7 a.m. because, he must be in the bedroom laying down, but four-legged friend gets me up at about 7. Well, ever since he was a puppy, I've been keeping him on his routine. Keeping him on a routine keeps me on a routine.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the black bears.
I will say that is definitely one thing that Watson is very good. Like 6:30 every morning, he is like, "Hey, come on, motherfucker! Like, let's go, take me out."
Yeah, if he squeaks, I'll try to get him to push it and see if he's really got to go out, just purposely to say, "Hey, I need to go out." And there's been times he's actually come up and just pow right in the face. He's nose to nose booped me and like, "Dude, get up!" And I'm like, "All right, bro, I'm up, I'm awake, let's go." So, those are what my days usually entail, except for Saturdays. Saturdays are hockey weekends. It's usually hockey, and I got to get up at 5 a.m. to be there for 6 o'clock to be on the ice for 7. But if we have a tournament weekend, it depends on what we have throughout the tournament. Where our games fall and travel time and all that.
So, all right, now thinking back, right? Like the transition from your military routines to the civilian routines, like when you kind of, I don't know, life gets crazy and things go all awry and it throws your routines off. How do you find your way back to it? Is it easy for you, and like you just go right back to the old routines, or does it take a little bit?
Oh, definitely takes a little bit,
Yeah.
because you get, especially like vacation or when I go out to work a project for a week or two, or an Amazon project for 6 weeks, where I come home for the weekend and the wife's by herself. Back when my son was still here, he would do a lot of the stuff that I would do. But now he's gone, so we haven't had, since he's been gone, we haven't had any long projects. But yeah, the projects throw you off, but you develop a routine at the project, so you're up at 5, you're down at breakfast at 6:30, on site between 6:30 and 7 after the continental breakfast. But it's just it's hard to get back into the house routine after you've been gone for so long. I do know that it's tough.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because you get home and you just want to sleep. You've been busting your ass for 14 hours a day, and you're like, "Hey, this is great overtime," but my legs, the last big Amazon I did, I looked back on my watch and my app on my phone, and I walked 89 miles in those 6 weeks. I was like, for
Wow.
shit's sake, dude, I gotta quit this.
No, you just need to throw a ruck on and you'd be all set.
Dude, I lost weight. I lost like 20 pounds. And, as soon as I got back to the house, I gained it all back. Gained it all back. That was a lot of exercise, man. 89 miles ain't shit to fool with. Especially walking and boots and harnesses and everything else. Ugh.
So what you're saying is you still eat like you're, getting ready for a 12-mile ruck. You're just not doing the 12-mile rucks anymore.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, see, that's what's weird. The last 15 years, I've been with Lynn this December for 21 years, and the first 5 years of us being together, I didn't gain any weight. It was weird. And then just after, I came out of the Army at 200 pounds, and I was muscle, and I was riding a bike, and it was just, I got lackadaisical when I met Lynn. We're eating good, we're going out, we're doing stuff. We still went for walks in the woods, but I slowly started gaining weight. And for the past 15 years, I've maintained 250 pounds. I haven't gone past 250. What's that?
I believe a lot of us do that whole slow transition to a downhill, just almost crawl.
Yeah.
Maybe there's still a lot of same routines, but we do get rid of a lot of the things that we did.
Well, stress is a huge thing, dude.
Oh, especially, yeah.
Cortisol sucks. And I am the poster child for cortisol, because my ass is gone. I have no ass no more. I still have my legs, but it all got converted into raising 2 kids in the house, and it was tough. 15 years of raising 2 kids in the house, it was really, really tough. And it was stressful because I never had kids in the house until I was in my 30s and 40s, so it was crazy. I never had kids in the house until then. And, that's a whole story in itself, how we got started with kids. But it was just the stress of kids, the stress of wife, the stress of everything. The cortisol took over, and I turned into looking like Omar the tent maker, and he used to start building my clothes for me. When I went to but what's weird is my visual of my body, I don't look that big. To my mind, I don't look that big. That's what she said. But when I see myself in the mirror, or I see myself in some of the pictures from the 24-hour POTA, I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're big, dude. What the hell? So yeah, it's a mental image in your head. of what your own perception of what you look like. And it's stress sucks. I hate stress. Stress sucks. I
For the
had less
record,
when I was in the military, dude.
for the record, we don't ever see ourselves the way that anybody else sees us, right? Like when I look at myself in the mirror, right? Like I'm like, well, I'm too skinny, like I need to get back to, the days where I was 200 pounds, and
No,
I
I see
struggle
you
and
I see you as a tall, string being Irishman. This is what the fuck I see. So let's just quantify that there. You are a string bean, and you probably will always be a string bean, but that's just your body build, My dad was big, and he lost the weight. My brother Jimmy, he's a big boy. My brother Chris was taller. I haven't seen him in over 20 years. I don't know what he looks like. He just fell off the face of the earth. He didn't want to have anything to do with the family. And there's things behind that. But like you said, your perception. Well, your perception matches what you look like. Me, I don't feel like I'm that big. But when I put that 3X shirt on and it's comfortable, blows my mind. Why am I wearing a 3X shirt? Because I eat too much. And I love my carbs.
Man, I wear XLs, but that's
you're
because a large is too tight in the shoulders.
Yep.
And it's just a little bit too short. That like when I tuck it in, because here's an old military habit, right? I always have to have my shirt tucked in.
Mm-hmm.
Drives my wife nuts. Like she hates it, but like that's my thing. It's my security. Like I need to have my shirt tucked in, and yeah, larges just don't cut it. So I have to wear extra larges.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm not a big guy, so I don't know. I wouldn't judge yourself based on your shirt size.
Hey, I did lose a little weight in the waist. When I lost my ass, I actually went down a pant size. So, and Prep Ham Paul, fuck you. Love you, mean it, but no. I used to pick on fat people. Now I'm a fat person, and I still pick on fat people. My buddies who are fat, I was like, listen here, fat ass. And he looks at me like, what? I said, I'm fat. I can call you fat, so shut up. So.
Well, I mean, these days the far left people have their own fat tiers. There's small fat, and then there's fat, and then there's super fat.
What?
And it's all based on shirt size.
yeah, morbidly obese. 2X's are like belly shirts on me. 3X's look like I'm wearing a muumuu.
Wow.
Wow. Thanks, Del. I got that image in my brain now. Yeah, Paul, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Hey, at least his shirt fits me.
It's strange how belly fat just kind of appears over the years, though. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I do crunches and push-ups all the time, and like I still got a little layer of belly fat down on the bottom. Like, this is what it is.
Well, speaking of my fellow fat buddies, hey, Dave just came in. What's going on in the Hillbilly Ham?
He won a shirt last night.
Yeah, he did. Are you gonna send it to him?
I sent it out this morning.
Dude, you're doing better than me because inside this box, I gave this box to the wife to put in her car to mail off, and to Chris Brecker. Yeah, I still have it. It never got mailed off, so I gotta go stick that in the postage on Monday morning. But I put it over there and I keep forgetting it. What's that?
We haven't seen Bricker on this evening.
He was on last night.
Was he?
Yeah, he was here last night.
Yeah, he popped in a little bit late, so.
All right, I gotta go down the hall to the right. I'll be back.
And Paul did say he wears an XL.
Yeah, I do. I wear an XL. You know, it's interesting. He's talking about freaking getting to the post office. So when I was still at home, right, like now almost a month ago,
Yeah.
I told Chris Chris Radio and Life in Wisconsin that I would if he paid for shipping, I'd send him my Tri-Mag mount because I just wanted to get rid of it and wanted to give it to somebody that would use it. And for some reason, like, I just never got to the post office, and so I ended up with it down here in Florida. And so one of the first things that I had to do was find the local post office and go ship it out.
Yeah. Oops, that's not the button I wanted. Well, you did manage to make it to the post office once, because thanks to you. Let me slide this over here. I got this beautiful leg right here to hold my phone.
There you go.
So you did make it. It took you about a week, but that's all right.
Yeah. Well, I got the phone mounted on the wall, so I had zero need for the foot, and it was just taking up space in a tote. I was like, hell yeah, man! You want it? You can have it.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, and now that it's sitting over here, it's a lot easier, and it's a lot easier to access. Because everything plugs into the back side of it, laying on the counter space here that I have, it didn't work out so well. Kind of had it off to the edge because of the cords were right there. So it helped.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that one that I got from you, Paul, up and running.
Oh, the VoIP phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hillbilly, get in their Discord server. They'll help you out. They're really good folks. From what I understand, what I've learned, VoIP is a lot better than Ham Shack Hotline.
Yeah, the only downside is, so I got the sidecar, and so I had programmed the sidecar with all speed dials, and 99% of them are for Ham Shack Hotline. So I got to go back through and reprogram the whole phone over again.
So that's the only downfall. But when I was, I had Ham Shack and I have Spectrum. They would not allow me to configure it to use it on a Spectrum Wi-Fi. I had to go through and ask Spectrum to unlock their shit so that I could get through it. VoIP, guys like, no, just do this, and this, and boom, you're on it. And I have the same freaking setup that I had when I still had Ham Shack.
That's crazy.
It was part of their plan at Ham Shack to, confine people.
Oh.
VoIP doesn't want to confine you to certain things. They want you to use it and be able to call everywhere. And the way they've connected everything, dude, it's freaking amazing. I talked to one of their admins because he helped me through mine.
Yeah, they're super helpful, but I just got to change over my speed dials, like I got a whole bunch of RF links, to different repeaters and things, and
right.
There's actually there was one. It was a Ham Shack Hotline 7009, but it was a guy just had different radio audio feeds. And there. So I would listen to the country radio station from down here in Florida when I was up at home.
Nice.
Because it was just convenient. I could just hit the button and it was like, yep, instant freaking country radio.
Yep.
Do I hear somebody knocking on the door?
Oh, hey, Jason.
Oh.
Hello, Jason.
You can hear that? Because I sure didn't.
No, he's moving. Jason, are you okay?
Even his studio camera is frozen.
No, I can see him moving. He's
Oh,
moving.
yep, there it is. Very
Yep.
slowly.
Must be
Jason,
mic
give you
issues.
one finger salute if you're alive. I don't think he can hear us.
No.
Now, the last time he had to do something with his microphone too. All right, so the last question that I had on this topic, right, was what is a habit that you developed in the service that kind of fucks you now? And so my example of that is the hypervigilance.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
It's not always great, right? The fact that like I hate myself when I'm not busy.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I'm not busy, I feel like I'm the biggest fucking useless piece of shit there is. Like and I mean I can only equate that to my time in the service. Like I think the two are hand in hand there.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If I'm not doing something, I definitely feel like the biggest wasted piece of shit out there. And it's like, I love when the wife gets. I hate it because I feel shitty about myself. But I love when my wife gets on my ass to get shit done. You know, you got the nagger. You know, there's a joke there somewhere. But
It's been 6 months. Why haven't you finished fixing this yet?
yeah, no shit. So I enjoy when she gets on my ass, but sometimes she can be just as lazy as I am. So, you know, but I love her for getting on my ass, even though I talk all sorts of shit. I'm like, you know, we'll argue about it or something. But you know what? She gets me motivated. You know, that's what I need. I need that motivation. I need if Paul was here to say, hey, dude, get in your truck. We're going to go do a POTA or do something. How long did I procrastinate before I got up to your place, dude? The wife swamped me. And then I'm like, I am up here, dude. I'm going to help your ass out. Let's go. And then you're like, oh, I'm not doing nothing this weekend. I'm like, oh, damn it. So I had to hit you the next weekend. So, you know, it's like I get motivated to go get something done, and it's like, shit, okay.
Yep. I will say, I think one of the other things that probably many of us picked up in the military is this is medicine,
Oh, it is.
and I think that's a flawed logic. I mean, obviously, it's medicine because it's legal, right? And we can abuse the fuck out of it, and it's
Yeah.
legal. I think these days, though, there's much better alternatives.
Oh, absolutely. No, in this form,
Yeah,
this form right here, there are people that don't agree with it. Absolutely, get it, totally understand. But if you can't do this version, you have edibles, you have topicals. There are so many different ways to apply this to get the same benefits.
yeah, and
And
I've seen a bunch of research on like microdosing mushrooms,
yeah,
you know, and I guess I haven't tried it, but I guess there's a lot of therapeutic benefit to it.
hmm
I'm just enjoying watching Jason figure out his shit.
yep.
Jason,
Hey,
can
it's
you
all
hear
right.
us?
Technical issues happen.
Oh, yeah. Just like my camera just wanted to look at the ceiling for some odd reason. Dude, I love this camera, but, you know, sometimes it just goes absolutely stupid. Oh, well. Oh, something in the footwear kicks my ass every time, man. I have to have specific footwear. I can't wear dress shoes. I can't. I have to wear boots. I have a set of 3 sets of 511 boots. that are speed lace that that fit perfectly. I have to be wearing boots, and Paul can attest to this because he see me at the 24-hour. I have to be either wearing boots or my Crocs. That's it. I can't wear just shoes.
One of the things for me is like when we had to be in our dress uniforms, we all fucking hated it.
Oh,
there ain't a person that can say, hey, they enjoyed being in those uniforms. Because I hated that so much. I hate dressing up.
I liked our dress uniforms.
What? Not saying that they were not good or bad looking in either branch, but just the tedious work that you have to go and put them on, and you got to be all, and you got to do it in a suit a lot of times too. And you know what? I'd probably join one of the world's. Actually, I did join the world's largest fraternity because I'm a Mason, and we have to dress up every once in a while. And yeah, I still hate it.
I'm still trying to find a tactical kilt that'll stay on my ass.
Good luck with that. I don't know.
I just wear regular kilts.
I just want one that has pockets on it. You know,
I was given a utility kilt, and that's what has pockets. Is a utility kilt. I was given one. I brought it home, and I went to try it on, and got it all buttoned up, and I stood there, and I went, well, we ain't gonna be using this one.
Yep, gotta have one with belt loop.
Well, that was because it should sit on you snugly, and then with the belt and everything else. But I put it on, and it went zoop, right off. I was like, well,
a little
that's
too big on you then.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But hey, I can't really complain. The guy wasn't sure, and I thought I'd try it, and I'll find somebody that'll fit.
Obviously, somebody bigger than you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll find somebody.
So I mean, I guess it's kind of funny that we're talking about kilts. So my first kilt was a utility kilt, just because I bought it for a costume. I was trying to be I don't know, one of the gay guy from some show. I don't know. Anyways, I bought his whole outfit from the show, and it was a black utility kilt and a black sweatshirt with no hood and a lightning bolt on it. Long story short, I hated the utility kilt. I loved wearing a kilt. I didn't like the pockets, and like it just felt like it was just too busy. And so I started buying cheap traditional kilts, and I got a red and black plaid. It's the Rob Roy tartan, and I think I paid like $15 for the kilt. And I'll wear it to clean. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, it's comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just.
But everybody always wants to know, well, what do you got under it?
Absolutely not a damn thing. That's why you wear it. Absolutely not a damn thing. So yeah, that's what kills me is boots. And I have, and I'm a uniform person, but I am not a work uniform person. So they gave us these just Dickies gray pants that don't fit anybody. And they gave us nice shirts, but it was all gray. And I have to be the guy that stands out as a tech because I'm a senior tech. So I went and I took my Divvy card, which is my company credit card, and I went onto our website that marketing buys their stuff from. And I went on and I bought 5 black shirts for work, the Bearcom shirts. $256 for those 6 shirts, but it came off my company credit card. Yeah, I was like, my boss is like, I ordered you shirts. Yeah, I said, but they're just these shitty old. They're super heavy, black or gray. They just look terrible. So I ordered black shirts, and I tell you what, they're the most comfortable polo shirts I've ever worn. But yeah, definitely paid for them. I didn't pay for them, but
They do.
and I wear 5'11" pants. So
I found there's these pants by Wrangler. They're like a rugged wear something or other, but they're heavy canvas. Almost like the Carhartt pants, but like just so much better. I got a pair that I wear skydiving, and then I got a pair that I wear like when I'm working on shit.
well, they get those fire
Pretty
hose
great.
pants. They get those fire hose pants, and I tried a pair on. They were just too stiff. I guess if you washed it 1,000 times, they'd soften up. But some of those really heavy canvas pants, they're just too heavy for me.
Welcome back, Jason. We can definitely hear you now.
I
Hear
was gonna
that
say
steam running.
Yeah, I can hear your radio.
Sorry, I'll shut that off. And
How you doing, Jason?
my shit updated and it didn't work.
Oh, that's always
I-
fun.
I had to go all the way out and freaking disconnect the little dongle that plugs into the computer and replug it in and freaking go over to. Luckily, Josh is over there streaming on Discord, so I could just drop in there to get to hear because I couldn't even hear you guys.
Holy cow.
My whole headset was disconnected.
Dave, what do we tell you about playing with your dongle on live stream?
It wasn't Dave.
Or Jason? Sorry, dude. I'm still recovering from yesterday, and it's been almost 12 hours, 24 hours.
That's
Shit.
okay.
It happens.
Jason,
Good
what did
hockey
we tell
game.
you? What hockey game? Oh, I was just now adding your name, saying, Jason, what did we tell you about playing with your dongle on live stream?
Yeah. Good hockey game. We won 5-1. So
Nice.
little chippy, but it was good.
Was it Buffalo?
No. The Binghamton Black Bears against the Danbury Hat Tricks.
FHL.
Okay.
FPHL. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot they put that P in there now.
Yeah.
All right. So for all the idiots like me that don't understand hockey,
Yeah.
like all I know is the NHL. So like, what is it like? Like AAA?
They're like AAA at that point because you got the AHL, NHL, AHL, and then usually you have an ECHL, which is mostly the East Coast, and then usually like way down there. They're between college and the more professional.
It goes NHL, AHL, ECHL, SPHL, and then FPHL.
Okay.
So we're that far down. We have had an AHL here team before, but
yeah, that's been what 6 or so years, and they're now in.
They're in Utica now.
They
did Broome County dirty.
Wait, you had Belleville. You had the Senators down there for a while.
Yeah, we had Senators, but after that we had the out of Jersey there, the Devils.
Oh, that's right. You guys did.
They were here like 2 years and pulled out of their contract early. Did us real dirty.
Yeah. Okay. All I know about hockey is came from Leonard Kennedy.
That's funny.
I totally forgot about the Binghamton Devils there for a short period.
Yeah, very short.
My first foray into hockey, I did not know there was only 3 periods. So I was, as a kid in high school, I got to work at our local radio station live. On the AM side. The FM side was automated, but the AM side was always live. There was always somebody there. And it was winter season, and I'm just reading stuff off the news, off the AP news and different games and stuff like that. I said, yeah. I said they're going to be finishing up the third quarter, hopefully, or the third quarter. Hopefully, they'll hurry up and get the fourth quarter finished. I got like 50 phone calls calling me, you fucking idiot. There's only 3 quarters in hockey. I was like, I don't know, dude. Sorry.
It's periods, not quarters.
Yeah,
Can't be-
period. That's it.
Can't be quarters if it's 3.
Thanks. Now you know my misstep. Jeez. Yeah.
I would have assumed that there was, four periods too.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Only 3.
Why is there only 3?
20 minutes apiece.
20, 46. Okay.
60 minutes an hour. Well, it's not even a full hour because you have 60 minutes of regulation time, then you have your stoppage in between, and then you have 15 to 20 minutes in between each period. So you have an intermission just as long as the period. Yes.
Wow,
Especially in the
I thought
professions.
TV timeouts in football were bad. Jeez.
Ooh.
Yeah, no. But I'll tell you what, it takes a lot of skill, more skill than any football player has.
I'll tell you what takes real skill.
They hit harder, and you got to figure you're doing all that on a freaking 1/8-inch thin piece of metal, while everybody's trying to beat you with a stick.
Yeah,
well,
no.
I got you here, Paul. Can you Google that for me?
Yeah. USA sled hockey.
You do sled hockey, that's good.
I do.
That takes more skill.
It does. It takes a lot more skill because these are my legs.
Yep.
These are my legs and my arms. What you see right now is what I use.
Yep.
I have both of my legs. There are many guys that I don't, but
I've seen it played before, so I know it's just as rough as stand-up hockey, and
absolutely
you got to do it all on that same little freaking blade, but you're sitting down on that blade.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that's the USA Hockey guys. They're the main organization that regulates all the U.S. Sled hockey here in the United States. And there are 32 sled hockey teams that are sponsored by the NHL.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then, of course, awesome. there are your smaller farm type teams like myself here in the Mountain Warriors here in Fort Drum, Canton area.
Holy shit! That looks more dangerous than being on 2 legs. Jesus Christ!
Dude, look at that.
Yeah, see, it's been around since the 60s, started in Sweden. USA is 5-6-time world champions behind the Canadians. Excuse me, actually above Canadians.
Yeah.
Well, the Canadians do anything with ice. They're like world champions and everything.
But our sled guys for USA are holy cow. They are literally like 6-time world champions.
How many of those are veterans?
Currently, I think only a few dozen.
Oh,
maybe half
me.
dozen. I think a half dozen
so
right
is
now.
There,
I'm not 100% sure.
Is there essentially a skate under your ass and then one under your toes?
No, we still have 2 blades under our ass.
Okay.
And then in the front, it's called a skag, and it's only a U-bolt or a piece of plastic shaped like a U-bolt.
Huh.
All right. For you to keep tipping forward, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, everybody's balanced. Everybody's equal. Even guys that are double amps or even no torsos, their sleds have to be a certain length.
Oh,
even
wow.
without legs.
And so you use this stick like an oar,
Nope. We have 2. So we hold on to the blade, which is the playing surface, and then there are. I wish I had mine here, but mine are in my truck from hockey practice this morning. There are picks. There are metal picks on the ends of the sticks, and we just jab them in the ice, and we're like skiing.
Oh, no shit.
and then we have to loosen our grip and slide down the stick to play the puck.
So technically you're not high sticking.
Oh no, we can still high stick. If we bring a stick up above our head and it's above our head, that is a high stick. And because ours is more dangerous than high sticking because we have sharp points on the end.
Ow.
I've got a scar over here from being stabbed, and it missed my elbow pad. Mind you, the elbow pad sits right here and literally missed my pad. I believe I have one in this arm. I have one in the back of my calf from me stabbing myself because I missed my pad. It happens. A lot of times there's guys that has got scars, pokes, because you don't have any padding right here.
Well, you've got padding right there.
Oh yeah, I got some padding, but I mean, literally, you get scars, and it happens. There was a guy in our one tournament. He went to pick up his stick, and hockey gloves have a thin palm because it's just a piece of leather, right? He literally cut his hand right open with one of the sticks.
Oh, dude, why is that so dangerous? Shit.
I don't know. It's dangerous and it's legal. But a hell of a lot of fun. I've gotten to travel all over the state of New York. I've been in Massachusetts, Vermont,
I'm sorry,
Long Island, Maryland, and Ontario.
I've never seen them do it locally down here. I surely would have gone.
The closest that you have to you would unfortunately be Syracuse.
Syracuse? Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, sorry. I would definitely watch because I guarantee there's going to be blood there somewhere.
made a few trips there to
Sometimes.
Syracuse to play. My daughter played hockey for 8 or 9 years. So.
Well, if we end up down in Syracuse, I'll let you know, and you can come watch us.
I'll see if I can get that chance to see if I can get them to take me up there. I use my wheelchair when I go out, so.
Wheelchair accessible.
Yep. No, I know that most of the rinks are. I went to Watertown there first or second game of the season. That was quite the game. But it's so much smaller than our arena, though.
Oh yeah.
But I've been in Oswego there, to the big college there in Oswego, to Crisafulli rink there, and another little one that was a little tiny barn.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple places in Syracuse and out to Rochester, and so we had quite a few trips up that way.
Yep.
I enjoyed it.
What's great about the whole sled hockey thing, right, is it perfectly ties in with tonight's topic, right?
Yeah, it really does.
It's finding those routines, finding the things that keep you active and keep you motivated to just be active and do something fun.
Yeah, so along with this whole topic and keep you going and everything, there are many times that life has been throwing curveballs at me, and I've wanted to just wash my hands of the team. I just wanted to walk away. Nothing to do with some of the guys. I love a lot of those guys. We're 90% veterans. But there's been guys that I'm just like, I'm done. I'm going. I'm leaving. I've had people talk me back. But one person that has absolutely kept me on this team for the past 10 years, I'm going on 10 years here in February, was the coach. He won't let me walk away because he knows that we need it. And I'm thankful for it, because where could I be over these past 10 years? Where would I be today? I may not be sitting here with you guys. I may have been a statistic. Thankfully for him, he's the one that's helped keep me here on this team.
Yeah, and that's one of the important things. At least for guys like us, right? That routine and that rhythm, that daily rhythm of life. It becomes so vital, because otherwise, like, we slip into isolation. And we shut down, we shut everybody out, we push everybody away, because that's what we've learned to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was I was having a hard time on Monday, and I was talking to my therapist about it, and I said I just need to break the cycle, because right now, like, my routine is been thrown to the wind, and so I'm what am I doing? I'm hiding in my freaking RV. Like, I live on what is essentially a small post, right? And this is I kind of feel like I'm on a post when I'm walking around here. I So this is essentially, base housing, right? It's
Hmm.
it's the whole field full of RVs, and then across the way, we got the bathhouse with showers and shitters and all of that. Then there's the bar. There's a full game room with pool tables and dartboards and MWR, if you will. We got the hangar where we do all our maintenance, and kind of like the motor pool. And
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't know, like, I mean, I just I feel I feel like I'm on a small base, and there's that sense of familiarity to it. But instead of going out and socializing around the bonfire, or hanging out in the MWR room, I just hide in here.
Yep.
AFES. You got an AFES, Paul?
If only. No, no, there's no. Dell asked the same thing. Is there an AFES?
Well, that's why I was asking if you had an AFES.
Yeah, it was MWR when I was in. It wasn't even AFES.
Well, you were still riding around on dinosaurs back then too, Jason. So
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Do any of you remember back in '95? Yeah, '95. No, it might have been '96. '96 when the CH-53 helicopter crashed there in Connecticut at the
yeah,
factory. That
yeah.
helicopter was assigned to me. We hadn't taken delivery of it yet, and they had assigned it to me. That was going to be my responsibility.
Ooh.
Whoops. Well, you're no longer obligated to that bird.
Nope, nope, nope.
Holy shit!
So, yeah, that was the second one that crashed like that. What happened was the swash plate, which is the difference between the stationary plate and the head, the rotor.
Mhm.
It's where they connect together, and there's bearings in there that ride in a race. Well, the bearings were slightly oversized to the point
Oh,
where you couldn't see it with your eye, but the bearings didn't ride in the race. They kind of rode on the edges,
oh
and
no!
they just got so hot that they seized up. And of course, once it seized, it's like a potato in the air; it just falls. There's no
Yeah, see, that's why I don't.
there's no
I like.
glide pattern to a helicopter.
I love helicopters, but I just helicopters don't fly; they just beat the air into submission. Yeah, no, I'd rather have two wings and a propeller on the front. Because that way at least I have a glide ratio if the rotor stops spinning.
And me personally,
What you
I'd rather
do
be on a helicopter.
is you put a parachute on your back, and you just jump out of the freaking helicopter.
The problem is when it's falling, when they fall out of the sky like that, they'll turn over and land on the top if they're high enough
Yeah, they'll
because
rotate.
the head is so much heavier than the base of it.
Yeah, the engine. Yeah, just you're done. Just like what was that one in California? That Bell 222 that decided to not want to fly anymore, and the tail rotor went this way, and the helicopter went that way. I went, oh shit! And it literally just went.
They just had that one in New York there that crashed.
Yeah,
The
that one.
same the head, the main rotor detached from the rest of the helicopter on that one.
Yeah,
That was amazing.
the Jesus nut went bye bye.
The whole head went bye-bye, not just the nut, the whole gearbox.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's why I don't fly in a helicopter, because when that thing stops spinning, you fall. There's no auto rotation. There's no nothing. You just put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
I've seen pictures of a CH-53 Echo that it was a series of pictures. Guy was snapping pictures, and it was on the ground, and then it was up, and it was up, and it was up, and it was up, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, because he told me to look at them and study the pictures, because it went all the way to the crash, and I'm like, oh, about 30 feet in the air, the tail rotor quits turning. It's stationary, and that's why they crashed.
Whoops.
So
Counter torque.
I don't know. I had some good times.
You know
I
what,
spent
Paul? You made that post. I miss living on. You made that post about living on post. I every now and again, when I was stationed at Fort Sill, every now and then I will bring up Google Earth or Google Maps and go, I was there. And like, even when my kids were younger, they're like, where were you at? And I'm like, I was there, and I was there, and we used to rappel off of this hill, and we used to go up here, and we used to go up here and watch the live fire stuff. And yeah, it's just, I do miss, I don't miss living on post, but I miss being there the most, because at Fort Sill, um, um, oh, what the hell is it? Not Crazy Horse. Shit. I'm trying to think of the chief that's buried there. The Indian chief. There was a ton of Indian chiefs buried out there. But it was just really cool to be out there and be amongst my brothers and sisters and going out to the Wichita Wildlife Refuge and go down the 40-foot hole and go swimming, and it just brings back tons of memories. And yeah, Post was fun. Fort Sill was. Everybody says Fort Sill sucked. No, Fort Sill was fun.
that Blackhawk that crashed into the CRJ-9. I have flown that exact route many times. When I was stationed in Quantico, we had a sub base that we would pre-position at right there, right literally like within 100 yards of where they crashed. There's a little base called Anacostia.
Yep.
It's on the Air Force facility there, the joint base Anacostia or something like that. That's a secure facility that I used to have to go and stay at for 3 days at a time, 72 hours, all pre-positioned. We do a lot of flights over DC and stuff, flying the VH-3Ds. Though I never got to land on the White House lawn.
Well,
Yeah, only like people have landed on the White House lawn, intentionally or unintentionally.
I would imagine if you land on the White House lawn unauthorized, like you'd be greeted with an unfriendly welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those were the aircraft that I flew, the VH-3D, the big white top that lands on the White House lawn.
But so I mean, thinking on like living on base and stuff. It's almost the perfect segue into the second half of the show. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, right, because they're interlinked. It's our community, our tribe, right? So I mean, humans by nature are tribal, right? Like it's ingrained in our DNA to be tribal. It's how we've survived all of these years, right? Um, so it's interesting how we find our tribe when we leave the military, and like so Dave's tribe is probably mostly sled hockey based, right?
Mostly, yeah. Whether it's in my own team or even the competitors that I've played against, I've become really good friends with some of the guys that on opposing teams. because they're veterans too. You know, it's not. They're not hockey teams; they're families. Honestly, and I hate the summertime because did we lose Grouch?
Yeah, we lost Grouch. Oh, there he is. Oh, kind
Oh,
of, sort of. You need to call Elon.
Sterling.
Yeah, I was going to say, you need to call Elon.
Yeah,
Must have been a gap in the satellites.
must have been. It was a quick one. Yeah, but
Airplane.
definitely mostly hockey. Again, whether they're from my team or opposing teams, I've gotten to connect with a lot of good people,
What do you want?
and I look forward to seeing
So-
them every hockey season.
Oh,
Which is fantastic.
Yeah,
You know, for a lot of years for myself, I leaned in hard to the VFW.
mhm.
You know, because
He's got attacked.
Michael's got a lapdog.
That's why mine are in the crate. I tried that the other night with somebody, and they were all up in my face and trying to get all up in my shit and everything while I was on the radio. So I was like,
Yeah.
no, they go in the crate. I can't do that.
I'm getting beat on to go outside. Yeah, I'll be back. Now they got to go down the hall to the right.
All right. But so one of the issues that I found, anyways, with the VFW is it's so political, and there's so much corruption in the organization as a whole, from the bottom to the top. That, like, I don't know, it just kind of, it took the wind out of my sails. You know, it was like, here's this great mission that I could throw myself at, and you know, I can do some good for other vets, and I can you know, build my little community of veterans that all understand and get it, because regardless of where you served or when you served, right? Like, we have that shared trauma, and you know, then you have to deal with the bureaucracy and the bullshit and the corruption, and it just turned me off. And you know, and now I've got, you know, skydiving, and skydiving is fantastic. It's an amazing community, but I don't put myself out there as freely as I did, like, with the VFW.
Right.
You know, and so kind of one of the things that I was wanting to kind of run by you guys, right, is like, how do you find new people to hang out with? You know, like, I mean, we've all got that one person that we know we can call them at freaking 3 a.m, and they're going to answer the phone. But outside of that one person, you know, like, as your life changes and you go through different stages in life, with, you know, kids being young versus kids being old, you know, your friend groups kind of change too. And so, like, how do we deal with that, and how do we find our people over and over and over again?
It's law of attraction, Paul. I mean, you know, you know, I've got a buddy in Watertown. Wasn't in the military, but he lives up in Watertown. He works for Bearcom, and but he's familiar with Fort Drum and the guys that work up there. And we were immediately started orbiting together. But now that we're not working together, we don't talk as much. But it's definitely law of attraction. You know, you start talking, whether you're talking or you're shit talking. It depends on whether you know who you can vibe with. But it's definitely a law of attraction. There's like you and I, there was a law of attraction. You invited me to whatchamacallit, Flag and Torch. And, I've had no clue. And it was like, oh, wow, this is all comms guys that were military, or military or ham radio operators now that were military.
To be honest,
And
with you, I have no clue how I got here. I have no clue. I have no clue who first recommended me or who linked me first on it. I have no clue where it came from. It just all
Well,
of a sudden I was doing it every day, and
yep, I found them through the military ham radio group on Facebook. I saw it one day and I joined it, and then I met up with Matt W2ORT O'Neill there a few years back. We met together at Mountain Fest to be exact, and yeah, we talk off and on here and there, and of course I talk to several of you guys off and on.
well, it's interesting how our kind of our tribe changes as we progress in life. My tribe used to be huge overlanding guys, just and a lot of them were veterans. I'm a member of one of the world's largest veteran overlanding groups, and we I was at one time taking out vets on overlanding trips that never been overlanding. Just they wanted to get their feet wet, so
I think
we
that's
took them on
I think
trips.
that's how I found you, was actually through the overlanding side, because I think I saw you on there and it was you had something mentioned something about ham radio, or there was some reason you were meshing the two together, and that's where I started following you because I follow both of those.
Okay, so see that this is it's 6 degrees of separation. I met Paul through Eric. I met Eric. I can't even remember how I met Eric. It, it's just weird law of attraction how we've all met, and it doesn't matter how we met, but it's just that that we've connected. And then with Dave, I've connected with Dave now, and Cody, and guys that my tribe has kind of changed a little bit. I'm more into the amateur radio side of everything now, and the comm side. And I have done very little overlanding lately, obviously. But I'm trying to find more people that want to go out for the weekend, and trying to expand my tribe, so to speak, because if we get stuck doing one thing, we get stuck in ruts. So just trying to continue and build, going camping, going radio, we have multifaceted hobbies of hobbies, you know, right now YouTube is kind of an offshoot hobby of a hobby. And I have been failing at that hobby a lot too. So, but meeting Prep Ham Paul on YouTube, and in the chats and face to face on here, him and I have connected. And we want to do stuff. Shit. Mike and Eric last night were like, "Hey, who wants to drive to Huntsville? It's only 17 hours from my house." And Eric's like, "Shit, if there's three of us, we'll be there. We'll be there in a day." So, we might be coming to Huntsville in August. And I did find there are still some primitive campsites that are available. So I have water and I have battery. We should be good. And we have Paul Shower. So.
So here's where I went wrong. Okay, when I was at Huntsville this year, what I should have done was I should have booked my site for next year before I left, and I didn't, because I figured, well, I booked in January, so there's bound to be some openings in January. And sure enough, like, dude, I've been watching, and every RV site is freaking booked.
Well, RV as in you want to plug in RV.
Is in I need a spot big enough. I don't need to plug in, but I need a spot big enough that I can park the freaking RV.
Well, the primitive camping, we can get you in there. Well, I'll back your ass in there.
Listen, I have been to Montesano. There is no possible way to get a 30-foot RV in the primitive section.
Don't. Are you challenging me? Because find 2 trees and park that bitch.
He's got a saw in the back of his truck. He'll cut a few trees down to get you in.
No, I got a winch and a generator. We're good. I can bring the 9500 and run everything, or I can bring the 3500 and you can just run your whole camper. We can be parked in a primitive spot. There's a bunch of them available, but we're getting off the subject. It's just, the tribes are the tribes. It's what you make of it and who you want to be around or who you don't want to be around. And our tribes change, just like our food and our taste in food changes as we get older, and our interests change, and so does our tribes. But we still have those people that we were connected to fall back to, if things happen or whatever. That's how I feel about it. Now I got dogs barking at one end.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things where I think about how my friend group has changed so much over the years. I mean, I got out in '04, right? And so it's been a long time, and now I don't know. I need to probably lean in harder to the skydiving community because it is such a welcoming and friendly community. Um, I gotta stop the default isolation because
Yes.
isolation doesn't help anybody, right? Like, there's a
Did you
problem.
just pause for me?
No, he just kind of stopped with his topic, with his thought.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just I was just mentioning how like my default is to isolate. That's just what I do. It's what I've learned to do. I'll put it that way, right? I have learned that if I shut down and I shut everybody out, then I'm safe. Nobody can hurt me because, well, fuck you. I've got no attachment to you. But when you start putting yourself out there and you're there for your friends, and then they're not there for you when you need them, like, I don't know, it kind of sucks, but it reinforces that, well, I'm just going to isolate. But we have to mentally just know that default mode of isolation is not beneficial to anyone. It's not beneficial to you, and it's not beneficial to the community around you.
Yep.
You see K Booty's message there, Grouch.
Oh, yep.
Dave, he wants you to send him the link.
The link's the same every time, so he should have it. So come on in, Dave. Link's the same every time. You're muted, Mike.
Damn it. Dell was right on it. We all want to be part of something bigger than us as an individual. We got that in the military. This is true. And when that's gone, there's a vacuum. And sometimes we try to fill that vacuum, and sometimes we fill that vacuum with self-destructive stuff. And we always need somebody there as a base to pull us back, and keep us out of that self-defeating, self-destructive behavior.
Yeah. All right. I want to do a fun experiment. All right. So the people in the chat, um, think hard about the one person that you know that you could call at 3 in the morning, and they would answer the phone and they would be there for you. Don't put their full name, right? Don't put their full name in the chat, but just throw a first name in the chat. Let everybody else know that you've got that one person. Dave, welcome. Thanks for
What's
joining.
Hi,
up?
Dave. Nice to see you.
Yeah, just got back. We were doing a races event for the local. They have a Christmas parade, so I just got done with that. And hop on.
A little early for Christmas parade. Holy shit.
Well,
My city just did ours too. Yeah,
Everybody wants
and
to
when they
rush to
did ours,
Christmas.
they did their parade, and then at the end of their parade, I have to turn my music really freaking loud because I don't want to hear the celebration afterwards.
Yeah.
No, the fireworks, I can't stand them.
yeah,
Oh, no. Okay.
it's
So
been
I
a
have
day.
to.
We did a.
I got
We
a
did
big
a-
old. Well, you can't see it, but there's a big old Bluetooth speaker sitting behind me, and I just crank that sucker full blast.
Yeah, it's been a long day. We did a Spartan event with races, doing radio support, and then after that the parade. So, yeah, it's been a day. But I was started to listen to the stream, and I'm like, hey, I know exactly what you guys are talking about. And I'm about to move into the same issue you are having, Paul, with the isolation. We had that talk.
Yeah.
So,
Because it is our default. I
yeah,
don't understand. Somewhere along the lines, we picked it up that like when the going gets tough, if you just shut down and you build up all the walls you can around you, and you're just safe in your little bubble, and fuck everybody else.
yep.
But that's not actually helpful. It's
No,
not. It's not helpful.
not at all. And it was days like today being out I've caught myself getting more and more isolated. The more and more I'm starting to focus on one thing, I kind of shut everything else out and realized that I hadn't left my house in 6 days. And I'm like, we got these events. I got out and got around people, and I immediately started to get happier. And I was like, hey, wait a minute, you know. And so, yeah, the default is I don't know what it is, but you back up and you focus on something, and you shut everything else out, and then you realize that you're alone, and you're like, crap, okay. And this year has just been nuts with changing from having a spouse and now not having a spouse and now talking about with work. I'm never in the office anyways now, so that work part of it has disappeared. And I realized I need to get back in the office and see people for a little bit. It's weird, but I'm learning that you need to people sometimes, but it's okay to have a point where you're done peopling for a little bit, but you still got to people, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotta work that one day a week back into the office.
Yeah,
Dave, do you have a dog or a cat or something?
I have
Gives you just
nothing right now.
gives you just enough to stay on the good side.
Yeah,
Well, can I make a suggestion?
I plan on getting a dog.
Go down to your local shelter
Yeah,
and get somebody who needs some love.
yep.
Yep.
All my dogs are rescue dogs. And I tell you what, Uncle, the big giant mutt that you saw hop on the screen there, he was a last of a litter, and they were trying to sell him. And they just couldn't sell him, so they were just giving them away. And where I lived in Tennessee, it was kind of I didn't live in Memphis, but I lived just outside of Nashville. But the dog fighting there was crazy, the backwoods dog fighting, and he's a big boy. And I looked at him, and he was the only tan of his litter, his English cream. And I said, no, I didn't even tell the wife. I just took him. Charlie is a rescue from a shelter in Pennsylvania. Isabel, my three-legged 2.5 pound terrorist. This lady put him on Facebook Marketplace for free because they just couldn't do anything with her. She was just too bipolar, and we took her. All our dogs are rescues. It does something for you when you take a rescue dog short of buying a dog. Buying a dog is buying a dog. Now it's property, but when you save a life, it means so much more.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, every dog I've ever had except our Great Dane, because you can't really find a rescue Great Dane. But
There's a
yeah,
reason for that.
You might be able to. I'm sure there's a Great Dane rescue out there that takes in Great Danes specifically.
there is, but you know what? They don't. It's weird with Great Dane rescues. It's not, hey, go grab one of the dogs out of the rescue. They just live there, or at least the ones around here, because that's the first place I've always looked is rescues or shelters. All right, find a dog that needs a home, not a dog that somebody's trying to sell.
Right.
But yeah, I'm got to work through the logistics of getting into the trailer. But once I'm in the trailer and settle a little bit, yes, I'm getting a companion. I'm going to get a buddy because I know that's going to help. Gives you something to look forward to and something to take care of, and that's important. That's
Yes.
very
Absolutely.
important.
Who would you call at 3 a.m.?
Right now, one of my kids.
Okay.
All three of them would answer the phone if I called. So, but we started. I came into you guys talking about tribes, and my tribes are changing. My tribes are changing dramatically.
Yep.
From the married life and the bars and everything else and that social group that was really all of her friends anyways. That tribe's gone. And now one of the crazy parts is I had a realization today and last night before last, me and Mike were talking, and our tribe is here on YouTube. And we were talking about, because I keep getting pushed to have a channel and produce content. And man, I've got a real job. You know what I mean? I enjoy more being on live streams and being part of this and having a conversation than trying to create content. So that's kind of, I guess, going to be my persona. But yeah, the YouTube ham radio YouTube community is amazing. When I first met Mike, right, I fanboyed watching his videos, happened to be in Huntsville, and he was doing a POTA activation. And I was actually right down the street. I was going from the job site back to the hotel and got him on 20 meters on ground wave. We were that close. And was like, hey, you want some company? Yeah, sure. And dude, we just hit it off, right? From that one just showing up. And for you, Paul, that's one of the things is don't be afraid to kind of get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yep.
And
Well, he gets out of his comfort zone every time he talks to me.
well, yeah, but say hi to somebody. It's amazing what just saying hi to somebody could turn into. But yeah, so my tribe is right now, and that's one of the things that Mike and I talked about was the ham radio community, and then on top of that, the YouTube side of that. You have a tribe that's nationwide or worldwide.
Oh yeah.
I heard a story, and I kind of get a little emotional every time I try and say it. But one of the guys in our ham club was just going through a really, really hard time. And he's an older guy. He's used to being on 80 meters, right? And has it on Vox because they just talk and talk and talk. And he didn't realize that he still had his radio on and the Vox was on. And he started to pray, right? And he prayed about what was going on with his family. And he was just praying. And he thought he was just talking to God, right? When he got done praying, 8 different people from around the world said amen.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then he started having a conversation with those guys, talking him through the stuff that he was going through. And that's ham radio, right? there's people out there that are there for you that you don't even know. He had no clue. You know, he was just going through a rough patch and decided to talk to God. And at first he freaked out a little bit because God answered over the airwaves.
He
But yeah,
technically answered it one way.
but yeah, so that's kind of the tribe I'm aiming at now is the ham radio community because it's amazing. There's great people. We're all a little weird, right? And as long as you get past the weird, we're actually good people.
It's no different than the military. We're all a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah.
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 At one of the events today, it was kind of funny. Just a side note, talking about weird. I looked at the ham radio operators that were working the Spartan event. Now, Spartan event is a bunch of very young, very athletic, very fit people, right? And you look at the ham radio guys, and here's a bunch of older dudes, kind of disheveled, right? Wearing a bright yellow vest with a radio. And it's just a geek with a bright yellow vest and a radio. Vest is kind of crooked, all right? And that is these people's introduction to ham radio. And you want to talk about turning off a younger generation? If that's what a ham radio operator is, man, I don't want nothing to do with that.
Cargo shorts and a crooked vest.
Cargo shorts, a crooked vest, and a big, ugly, floppy boonie cap.
I don't know. Our club around here is doing pretty good. We when I joined the club back in 2000, when I got licensed, we were at 26 or something. And just last Wednesday night, we were at 81.
There it
And
is.
we got quite a few teens in there now, and a bunch of other people. You know, most of them are older like us, but you know, there's a few younger ones in there, and the club is just, you know, it quadrupled in size, and they're doing a little more and everything. And I was actually thinking about bowing out of it.
All right, I'm cool with the boonie hats as long as we don't go shirtless, all right?
No, I can't do that to you guys. That would scare me. Geez, my hat disappeared. That ain't cool.
So I think one of the important things to remember, right, when you're looking for your people and you're looking to build your tribe, is it's got to be more than just drinking buddies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Drinking buddies are great, but those aren't your people.
No, the guy at the bar is not gonna. You're not gonna be able to call him at 3 a.m. when times are rough.
But you also don't want to waste your time on people that like are only going to be there when you know you're in high spirits and things are going right in your life. You know, it's finding those people that they're going to support you and be your friend in the good days and the bad days.
Yeah, and just so y'all know, I'm the guy that picks up the phone at 3 o'clock when you call.
I'm gonna put you to that.
Yeah. You don't have my number, so I don't have to worry about it.
Oh, I don't think there'd be a problem finding it, but
no, probably not.
You know, I've got. He's in Pennsylvania. I consider him my brother. We talk a lot. NS3M, Matt Gregerson. We've known each other for almost 30 years now. I'm the one that got him into ham radio, and he got his extra before I did. But I could call him at 3 a.m. He'd answer the phone. My wife would answer the phone at 3 a.m. She'd probably be bitching at me. Why are you calling me at 3 a.m.? But there's a difference between Matt and Lynn. So, you know, but yeah, it's tribe is it's a law of attraction, and you will find your tribe.
Yep.
There's no doubt in my mind that every one of us will continue as we go along in life, change tribes, but always still have that connection to that other tribe. Except for Dave. Dave cut that old tribe right off.
I think it's important to note too that, like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's it's people that are going to notice when you start to disappear.
Yep.
You know, they're going to notice that you're isolating, and they're gonna reach out and be, hey, man, where the fuck have you been? I haven't talked to you in a week. Like, those are
Yeah.
the people that matter.
I've got a
I
buddy
ha-
that just moved out to Idaho, and he called me. He called me yesterday. He goes, last night. He goes, dude, how you doing? I was like, shit, how you doing? You know, he's like, I was just thinking about you, and I was thinking about my pew pew buddy, and wanted to run a few things across you, you know, because he just moved out there. He's getting his CCP, and he's like, what do you think I should get? And I said, the thing that feels comfortable to you, you know. And it's awesome that he would call me to ask me my opinion. It made me feel good, you know. And he asked me, how's the family, how's everything doing? And I appreciated that completely out of the blue. Those are those people that you can call at 3 a.m.
Now, did you give it a, yeah, I'm fine, or did you actually, like, open
No,
up? Were you honest about it?
no, yeah, we talked. No, his name is Dan, and he used to work for us at the Quincy shop, and they just wanted to get out of Massachusetts. His whole tribe, literally his whole family, packed up and moved to Idaho. And I was like, holy shit! So he, no, we talked. I said, how's your mom and dad? How's your sister? You know, he has heart problems for a young guy. He's had like 3 heart surgeries, and he's died twice, maybe 3 times on the table. So, you know, I said, dude, how's your heart? How's your health? How's everything? How's the family? And he asked me the same thing. How's the kids? How's the dogs? How's the wife? You know, we talked for a good half an hour, 45 minutes, but he wanted my opinion on what he should get. And and we went through it, in my opinion. And I mean, he called me because he valued my opinion, and that made me feel good. And it'll probably be 3 months before we talk again, but he's the guy that I can call on and just bullshit with. So we should always have those people too.
Well, and that's a sign of a true friend.
Right.
yeah, where you can pick up where you left off.
Yep.
Yep.
Where you cannot talk for 3 months, and the conversation starts off like you guys talked 30 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And
And
I
you
think
can't do like I do, and be like, well, nobody ever calls me, so I'm just not going to call other people either.
oh,
Right.
bullshit. I've called you. You've never answered the phone. I've had to, and your voicemail isn't set up. And also, yeah, no, I don't want to hear that. No, I called you. I've called to check in on you to see how you're doing. And no. Paul cannot come to the phone right now because his shit is not set up.
Well, let's see if it truly is.
Yeah. Let's all blow up his phone right now.
Oh,
Well,
I
I
didn't get a call from Matt last night though. Or this morning. We called Matt N3VAN on the live stream, and I was like, say hi to Matt, and just left him a voicemail because he never answers the phone. But even though it was like 11 o'clock at night, and we were all drunk and on a live stream, so I have not gotten any hate mail on that one yet.
Yeah, no, I know I'm a bad one for not reaching out to people. I'll go 6 months to a year without talking to, some of my closest friends. And It's not that I don't care. It's not that I'm not thinking about them. It's just that like I don't take the time to just stop and go, you know what? Like I am thinking about this person right now. I'm gonna just give them a quick call. And I think we need to all kind of incorporate that into our routines, our daily rhythm, where like if you're thinking of somebody, right? Like fucking reach out. Just
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, and Eric gives me shit for calling him at least once a week just to give him crap. But that's how I call in to check in on a buddy. I mean, he's proved to be an awesome friend. I rarely call Grouch because he just doesn't answer the damn phone.
Yeah.
I go to 24-hour POTA. I get there. What time is it? Like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. I knock on his door, stick my head in the camper. I said, "Good morning, sunshine." He walks by, flips me off, says "fuck you," and keeps going in his little bathrobe. I was like, "All right, cool."
In all fairness, right? If you were watching the live stream Friday night,
Which I
one,
was.
I got a little heated, and
You did.
two, I had a little too much bourbon and whiskey and scotch and
You
everything
had
else.
coffee in your hand. Shit. Oh no, you didn't. That's right. You're like, don't talk to me until I have my coffee. I remember that.
Yes, and that was it. Because I was hung over as a motherfucker, and my head was pounding, and I hadn't had any coffee yet, and so it was, yeah, good morning.
Yep. Good morning. So I expect that now. So
Isn't that the way you're supposed to say good morning? That's
Yeah,
we
I
do
mean, at
that.
least among us, right? Like,
Yeah.
fuck you, I
Well,
haven't
at
had my
work,
coffee yet.
it's the first thing I do when I walk in the office when I am there is I go down the hallway with all the guys that I know and just first thing they see coming around the door is
Yep.
and then I follow.
Exactly. See, I don't really have to check on Eric because Eric lives that bougie computer life, So, but the more people I can, it makes me feel good to go check in on somebody.
Yeah.
If I don't see somebody online or has posted a comment or something else, I'll send them a message, and if I don't get a response, then I might give them a call. Like, hey, what's going on? You all right? How's shit doing?
I was sleeping in front of the shop one night in the front seat of the tow truck, and it was morning, and I just wanted a nap. I'd been up all night long running, and I laid down, fell asleep, and it came time for the shop to open, and the one guy knocked on the window, and I didn't even pull it. I had my blanket over my head and everything, and I didn't even do that. I just went like this and pointed at the window, and he's like, "Okay, I'll give you 30 minutes."
That's funny.
He knew what that meant.
Time to leave me alone.
Yep.
it's funny. So I see in the chat, buddy checks, right? Vern says buddy checks is so important, and honestly, I haven't heard that in years. But we should make that a thing again. Like,
Yeah.
That's
check
actually
up on
not a
your
bad
friends.
idea.
I got a notification a few years ago. Well, hell, it's got to be 10 years now. I didn't realize it's been that long. Holy shit. I got a message, a Facebook message saying, "Hey, is this you?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." Like, "Hey, come join this group." My boot camp platoon, we have our own Facebook page.
Oh wow.
And there's probably about three-quarters of us there. And ones that aren't there, or they either choose not to be because they don't associate with anybody in the military anymore, or they've unfortunately passed on. But and then there's a couple that just don't want nothing to do with it. So, but I found a couple people scanning through pages and stuff, and it's like, "Oh, let me send this guy a message, and he'll respond to me." But then nothing. They don't want nothing to do with it. You know, he'll really like respond to like, yeah, that's me, and then you don't hear nothing else. So I don't know. Some of them want the camaraderie, and some of them just don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of those things. I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right?
Oh
So,
yeah.
I mean, as long as you're putting in an effort, and you're letting your buddy know that you're there and you care, eventually he's gonna realize, like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna talk to Jason this time instead of just saying I'm fine.
Yeah, and one of the things that I've started doing is when I think about somebody, because you'll be doing something, and oh hey, I wonder about this dude, but 90% of the time you just move on, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have
And then
ADHD. I have ADHD. That's my entire life. I
well,
think about something and I move 3 feet and it's gone. I don't know where it
there's
went. Couldn't tell you what I was thinking about.
there's a reason you had that thought. Stop, pick up the phone. Whatever you're doing is probably not that important, anyways. But
I
there was a
have I
reason
have
that
had
somebody
that
popped in
thought,
your head.
gotten up out of the chair and couldn't remember why I got up. Got up intentionally, get my phone to call somebody, and never do it because I don't know why I got up.
Oh, that happens to me all the time. I'll have a thought, and I'm like, oh yeah, get up and have another thought on the way to the first thought,
Yep.
and then get into the room that you're supposed to be in and go,
Well, what the
Why the fuck
hell?
am I here?
Yeah.
I've
Oh yeah.
gotten so bad. I've got to the point where I write shit down. When I think about it, I write it down. Put a note in my phone. Because if not, I'll. Hell, there's been times where I got up to go to the bathroom 3 different times and never went to the bathroom.
I've done that. Get distracted.
I
Squirrel.
have to put notes in my phone, Paul, because I can't read my own handwriting.
Well, my problem is I forget where I wrote the shit down because
Yeah.
like I got notebooks everywhere, and
Yep.
I mean, I keep a stack of paper next to my desk here, and I'll write things down and I'll check up on this person or do this, do that, and then like, fuck, I know I wrote down I was gonna do this today. What the fuck was I gonna do? And then I go looking through all the different places that I write things down, and
Dude, I
Can't
did
ever
that in
remember
like
what it
2
was.
seconds.
I bought a nice little leather hand stitched leather binder for like a notebook, and I carried that with me for like a year. And I bet you I wrote in it 3 times
What I've
because
started to do.
it
Go ahead.
just wasn't. It was easier for me to put it in my phone, and I could read it. The 3 notes I wrote in that book. Matter of fact, it got pulled out the other day for my daughter to use it. Pulled it. I looked at it and I'm like, I don't know even what I wrote here, but I know it's my writing. Couldn't read it. So
I've tried the notepad on my work computer and my work phone. I've got Notepad on here, and I literally use the piss out of it. But I forget to go back and look at the Notepad for the information. I mean, I've got random stuff on here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just all random. It's like Logan Garage, connectors, and then some dude named Edwin, and a phone number, and then another phone number, and then 50 Malden Street, and then somebody else's name, and then Borges Foreign Auto. I know what that's for. I'm looking for FJ parts.
when I was working, and I figured out after I stopped working because I went in and deleted them all, I had 60 different notes with door codes for all the nursing homes that I used to have to deliver to. We had our own door codes, and of course I had them all written down. And like we didn't have door codes. We'd like steal them from the nurses. So, and then we'd all pass them around so everybody could get in and out. Because otherwise, you just stand outside waiting for somebody to come for an hour. Because the nurses don't want to get their asses up out of the chair and go to the door. So
Yeah.
we'd steal the code when they let us out, and then of course we could get in and out and everything. So I had like all these different nursing homes codes written down here and there, and what the code number was, and half of them it's like I don't even remember going to this nursing home, but I guess I did.
Here's something random in my notepad. Measurements from 2023. Shit, I could. Why is it in here? I don't know.
What I've started is this is my, I guess you would call it life book, but all the stuff I've started organizing everything where all the important stuff in my life, like kids' birthdays. That was always my wife's job. I don't remember when the kids' birthdays are,
Oh, yeah.
but you know what I mean? But stuff about the truck, stuff about the trailer, notepad, then calendars for planning everything out. Because my life is so disorganized right now. I don't know if I'm coming or going. So I'm starting to build a book that will keep me on track and keep all the things that I'm supposed to remember or think about in the book. And it sits.
Yeah, that seems very military like.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Are you supposed to change the oil in your generator every 3 years? Asking for a friend.
You mean every 6 hours?
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, the book says that.
Oh,
Pretty
the
much
book's
every-
8 hours for me. I was like, what? No. Every 3 years is good.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, literally, it's. I keep a maintenance log of the stuff that I've done to the truck. I have a maintenance log of the camper that I have right now, along with the maintenance schedules for everything, so I can try and remember to to help take care of things. Calendar with a full year look where I can highlight months of where I think I'm going to be. Key things in each month, and then you open that month up, and I can see the dates. I started to try and use the Outlook calendar on my phone, and I'm more of a visual person where I got to be able to see a wider view of everything. But yeah, that helps my ADHD, and everything that's going on right now. Trying to keep an understanding of. I forgot to pay my trash bill. They sent me an email a month ago, and I remembered seeing the email.
Oh, hey, that's a good idea. I got to pay mine. Thanks.
Yeah. I remember seeing the email, but it was one of those days that I was so distracted with everything. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got to pay my trash bill. And
Dave
then
does a PMCS before.
I'm getting close. I'm getting close.
Mine didn't get paid. Mine didn't get paid so long one time because I forgot about it and they never called. Well, I changed my phone number so they couldn't call. And I got up one day and went to take some trash out. My cans were gone. I had to
Not
call them
that
back.
bad.
I had to call them back and have them redeliver the cans after I made my payment and pay ahead.
Yeah, this was Thursday. Trash is supposed to get picked up on Thursday. Push the can out Thursday morning. Happened to be outside smoking a cigarette and watch the trash cup drive right by. And I'm like, huh, oh, they'll pick it up on the way back because it's a dead end road. And then I waited and I waited and I look out and it's like the drivers were going, hey, there's a can here we normally pick up, but we don't have it on the list. And they sat down at the end of the road and then just drove right back by. And that's when I went, huh, did I pay my bill?
So it's interesting that Dell said PMCS, right? And this was some when I was putting this show together. I was like, we need to PMCS our friends, right? Like just the simple, little things, right? But that you have the thought, and instead of putting it off to later, stop what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
and reach out to that person.
Yep.
And it could be something simple, right? Just, hey, you still alive? Hey, I haven't fucking heard from you. What the fuck are you doing? You know, just something simple. Just fire off a quick text and then go back to doing whatever you're doing. But if you're not maintaining your tribe, right, your friend group, then eventually it's going to fall to pieces, just like anything else that you're not maintaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, Vern, we'll probably forget, but remind us to remind you to see your system.
No, that's why I made that comment. You actually think they'll remember?
Let me
Yeah.
write it down right
Yeah.
now so that I remember in April when I'm at Vern's house to go, hey, boo, show me your system.
Now, see, now, all right. Here's the kicker, though. Okay, the two of us could write it down, but it'd be a lot simpler if Vern wrote it down. Hey, when Paul and Dave are here, I want to do this, 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 and this.
There you go.
Because we're not going to remember what the hell Vern wants to do.
Nah. Yeah, I got into Vern the other day. He's I don't know if he's still out in West Texas or not, if he got home. But he was out in West Texas at the state park that he got electrocuted at. And they had a big, huge storm system roll through. And he had to go to the little shelter just in case. And I text him after the fact because I see on Facebook that he had gone to the shelter. By this point, he had gone to the shelter. The storm had passed, and he was back and doing Facebook posts. I'm like, bro, you need to text a brother when you're in the shit so that we know to look out for you because I don't check Facebook till the evening.
Yeah, we need to know where where to dig the dirt and the stuff off the shelter. Yeah, that would do that. Yeah, we don't think about things like that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to the shelter. Everybody's like 6 hours later. Oh shit, they're in the shelter. Has anybody heard from them? No, have you? No. Shit, we need to go dig them out.
I don't know what Trello is, but apparently that's what Vern uses to
I guess
keep himself organized.
I was just gonna say, Vern needs to explain what Trello is.
All right. What is Trello? I'm going to write it down and look it up later.
You know what I do during a stream is I have the three monitors and I have Google and I'll open a tab, Trello. And then later on, that's my reminder. Oh, hey, look, I have open
Oh.
tabs. What are those?
Yep, I do that too. That's crazy. Oh, thanks, Vern, for filling us in. West Texas riding the storms out. Tornadoes tomorrow likely. Well, thanks for letting us know. We'll look for you tomorrow night.
Make sure you drop somebody
On
a pin.
Facebook.
Make sure you drop somebody a pin before you go into shelter,
Yeah. Oh shit.
so they know where the shelter is.
Yeah, I mean, at least let Renee know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember living in Nebraska. We lived in Culbertson, Nebraska, which is this tiny ass little town just outside of McCook, and we lived in a trailer, like everybody in the Tornado Alley does. And that was with my ex-wife, and there was a storm shelter. It was a concrete block box that was built into a hill with a concrete cap, no door, had a window, no door. I said, yeah, this thing's about safe as a tornado shelter. The hell were they thinking?
Yeah, I remember the station at Tinker and right in the middle of Tornado Alley. We had a big storm system go through, and our compound was right off the runway. So we were quick to get in. And we watched 3 tornadoes rip down the runway in one storm. Little tornadoes, nothing major. It didn't tear up asphalt or anything else, but watching the aircraft do this that were sitting on the tarmac, even though they were both, strapped down as those little things went by. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah. I've seen
I
tornadoes
remember
fly in
seeing
Nebraska.
I remember seeing just outside of Jacksonville, North Carolina, someplace. Wasn't on base, didn't have anything to do with the base, but there was a trailer that they had taken and took 55-gallon drums and buried them and hooked steel cable to them and wrapped them over the top of the trailer to hold the trailer down. Except that cable, when the wind blew the trailer so hard, cable cut right through it. There was 4 separate pieces all laid over on its side.
That's what I was imagining would happen. Yeah.
Cheese slicer, gone. I remember living in Nebraska. There was a storm that went through, and I was living in town at the time in McCook, and McCook Airport was not too far away. And I was they called a touchdown on the airport, a tornado touchdown on the airport, and I was driving out. I wanted to see this. I said, screw it. So I started driving towards the airport, and I see an airplane come across. I was like, I'm a ham radio operator. I was like, somebody needs to call the airport and ask who the hell the idiot is taking off. There was nobody in the airplane. There was just enough wind velocity that the airplane flew off the end of the runway. That was crazy. I was like, I'll bet y'all never see that again. That was before cell phones and all that.
Yeah.
That would have been really cool to have on video.
I don't know, half the shit I did as a kid was all before cell phones. Never to be seen again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sure
It's
that's
probably
for
a
the
good
most of
thing,
us.
That's definitely a good
That is
thing.
true. That
Pulled
is
off.
true.
Some of the stuff we pulled off as kids, I'm sure, did not need to have the
Oh,
capability of being
and
videotaped.
and what's amazing is all these kids nowadays, these like ones that are just old enough to drink, they're finding Mad Dog 2020 and Everclear and they're trying it and it's damn near killing them. We used to drink that shit like it was Kool-Aid.
Boone's
Come on,
Farm.
Mad Dog.
Boone's Farm.
That was
You know,
what
I
the
said
girls drank,
Zima's
Mike.
last night, and everybody was like, "The fuck is Zima?"
Oh,
I remember
Zima
Zima.
Oh
was
yeah, I
fun.
remember Zima.
Zima was
It
fun.
had a short life.
Look at that.
That shit was disgusting.
Vern sent me a pin.
Nice.
Nice.
How does an air traffic controller handle a tornado sweeping down the runway? Dude, I have
Why?
no clue.
I mean, it was an Air Force base, and there was obviously everything was grounded, and there was no traffic because we knew it was coming. A bad storm was coming. But yeah, I'm sure those guys just sat up there in the tower and went, "Whoa!"
Oh, that East Tennessee, that East Nashville tornado that went through a few years ago. I was living in Ashland City, and there was one of those big giant sky cranes, a couple 100 feet in the air, and there's video on YouTube. The guy was videoing the tornado as it went across while he's in the sky crane, and the sky crane is set for weather, so it's tracking with wind, and he's on the phone with his wife saying, I can't get out of here fast enough. He was scared to death when he was up there.
Some of them cranes are up there so high it takes you 30 minutes to climb the ladder up there.
Yeah.
I guarantee it would have taken him about 2 minutes to get down that damn ladder. But he just said, he goes, honey, he's basically telling her goodbye almost. And I was like, dude, it's not even near you. Stop.
Oh yeah, Zima and Jolly Ranchers. That was the thing. I love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sour apple.
But then again, I mean, girls when we were younger are nothing like girls today.
No.
Or even Four Loko. You remember the Four Lokos?
Oh.
The original Four Loko.
The original Four Loko.
What was the shit that had the
One of
blue
these
bowl
tell.
on the front of it? Oh God, no!
Oh,
Everclear.
there you go, Dave. Everclear.
There's a reason that I have this, and it's not to straight up and drink.
You can't even buy it in New York anymore, can you?
How do you think I got it?
Go to PA?
No, I went right to my liquor store.
Did they go? They started selling it again? I know
Yeah,
for a while you couldn't get it in New York.
you're right. The only way you could get it in New York for the longest time was at the Class 6 on Fort Drum.
Oh wow.
But I got it to make tinctures and sugar,
Yeah.
cannabis sugars. That's why I got it.
Well, yeah, you can't hardly drink that shit. It burns the hell out of you.
Good.
Did you
It's pretty much moonshine.
I saw a video, and I got to try and find one now. They make a little distiller. It's supposed to be to distill water, but I saw a YouTube short of this guy with his dad, and he was taking some of those, I don't know, the little ball drinks that are like 15% by volume alcohol. I don't remember what they're called, but it's round with a little thing on the top.
Ball.
Hmm?
They're a ball.
Yeah,
Is that the one you're talking about?
yeah. I don't remember what they're called, but
Buzzball.
yes,
Buzzball. That's it.
buzz balls. Poured like 4 buzz balls into this little distiller and turned the buzz balls into a raspberry flavored moonshine at 142%.
Woo!
I like
I'm
that.
Shit, no.
So mini still basically.
Yeah, but it's all, instead of having the pipe and all the different pieces you need for a still, it's just little white package. You just pour the stuff in the top of it, and out the side comes distilled water.
Hmm.
That sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
Hey, hit the Google.
And how much are these little mini distillers?
I have no idea. I
And how
haven't.
much space do they take up?
They don't take up much space because I already figured out that's what piqued my interest.
Good night, Vern.
Night, Vern.
All right, Vern.
Later, Vern. Be safe, brother.
Everybody running the hard liquor through Brita filters.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they're running.
No.
Oh, what?
Vivor, the same company that makes all sorts of other stuff. 1.1 gallon water distiller. And that's the thing I saw. $75.
Okay, here we go.
They make some pretty decent
How much
equipment, but
basic?
it all comes out of China.
Yeah.
And
But
we're all going to have mini distillers sitting on our counters.
V-boy, yeah, that little white thing. Yep, there we go. No shit. It's kind of cheap too.
Yeah.
Amazon has it for $67.
Yeah, there they are. The white one. 61.36.
Vivor is the Acme of China.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they make everything.
Yeah, K8 KAZ.
Freaking
Oh, hey,
Vivor TNT.
Amazon has them cheaper. They're $50, $60, $50, $60. They even have red ones.
Oh. All right, what's
No,
the
it's getting
dimensions?
late.
Here you go. It's 17 by 12 by 10, Paul.
Small.
Yeah, I think that's going to put him over his power limitations for the day, though.
Especially right now.
How much power consumption does that little mini distiller have?
Let's see, does it say?
Whatever it takes to heat the liquid.
Yeah, it's going to have to boil the alcohol to distill it.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't
Yeah,
give.
so it's probably at least 1,000 watts then.
Yeah, it doesn't give
no.
current draw.
I wonder if on their.
It says 150 degrees Celsius.
I mean, you figure my coffee pot pulls about
Oh, here we go.
850 watts. So
750 watts.
okay,
Interesting.
Holy.
And it has carbon filters too.
Just remember, alcohol is not a good medicine. It's fun. We have a good time when we drink, but it's not a good
And
medicine.
The problem
um,
is all the problems are still there once you sober back up.
yeah, and then you
Yeah,
hurt the next day.
And then you
yeah.
drink some more, and
In
you run
addition,
another problem.
in addition to the headache and the shits.
Yeah.
Now, come on, we never got that when we were younger. Why do we get it now?
I
You
don't
know, we,
know.
we went
But,
out
and by
drinking
the way, you too.
drinking till 4 a.m. and then be to work at 6:30 and work all day, no problem. And nowadays we're out till 4 a.m. and we're done for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in public service announcement, the Grouch from New Hampshire does not condone the distillation of alcohol as it is illegal. And
No,
take
it's
what
not
we said
illegal.
at your own risk.
It's
Dave,
only
it is
it's
not
only
illegal.
illegal in large batches if you sell it.
That's
Exactly. It is not illegal for personal consumption.
true. That's true. But
There you go. But I still say there are better alternatives to alcohol if you're looking to self medicate in some way.
yes, there are.
Jumping out of airplanes.
Dude, let me tell you, all right. So I jumped at Skydive New England, um, September 18th, and then I didn't jump until November 18th, which was this last Tuesday. And I dude, I was depressed. I was in a funk. Like I had zero motivation to do anything. Like to even just get one thing knocked off my to-do list each day was a major victory for me. And then I jumped on Tuesday and I felt like a whole new man. Like I felt like a whole new man. I was calm and centered and it's like, okay, yeah, let's, and then the next day, dude, I was up at 6 a.m. The coffee was done at 7. I had already taken Watson for a nice long walk around the drop zone. And then I was in the hangar at 8:30, ready to work, and I got all kinds of shit done.
Well, see, I am glad I can contribute to your rehabilitation and therapy.
100%. Like, and that's where, like with Dave and the sled hockey, right? Like that's what skydiving is for me.
Right.
It's literally a form of therapy.
Yeah.
And I,
Checking the Project
I
Healing Water.
yes,
Have you?
yes, I did send them an email. But I was messaging with Carlos the other day, and he's working with a VA shrink to try and get a VA program for veterans with PTSD to do skydives as a
Cool.
form of therapy.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the VA is super behind the times on everything.
Oh God, yeah, they
So
are.
I'm sure it's gonna be a hard uphill battle for him to get this program up and running. But I think it would be hugely beneficial.
Well, one of the keys that I've seen, I don't have the issues that some do, but a buddy of mine that I've known for 13, 14 years over here, he's a vet. He's been through everything. And he was always kind of on the dark side of life, right? Until he got into, but he's a super smart guy. You couldn't tell by looking at him. It's kind of one of those guys that you look at and you're like, okay, yeah, he's just a bum, whatever, but extremely intelligent, but practically intelligent. And I helped him get into ham radio and tinkering with electronics. And his entire persona changed because he had that distraction from the demons that he was able to, and all of us, if you can tune out the noise and focus on something, it all kind of goes away, right? And he found something to focus on and is doing all sorts of crazy stuff with Raspberry Pis and Arduinos now, and with adjacent to ham radio. But the ham radio got him to trigger that side of his head that he hadn't played with in a very long time. He let the darkness kind of take over and didn't have a focus or a goal. And that's the thing with a lot of the demons is if you can get a goal and a focus, that it'll help drown out the demons, right? And then you can ignore them for quite a while, and then they'll creep back, and then you refocus. But we tried from seeing that we have two guys that are vets in the club now that ham radio has changed and helped. And we went to a place here that has a facility for people with PTSD, and not just vets, but all aspects, firefighters, EMS, first responders. And we tried to approach them for it, and they just kind of blew us off, which was depressing because I've seen firsthand how beneficial. You take a guy who's going through a bunch of stuff and you put him in front of a radio and let him talk to somebody that opens up his world, right? Where he's got a narrow focus and a small. We talk about tribes. Well, when he's going through everything, he's tribeless and he's got this narrow world that he lives in. And you throw him in front of a radio and say, hey, you can talk to a guy down the street or across the world with this thing. It opens the world up, and it's amazing what it's done for those two guys in our club. They've got a purpose and a focus again, and we do little challenges. We had a DX competition last year, right? And that gave them a purpose and a focus. Where okay, got your ham radio, and we can make contacts, and cool. But when there's a goal, and it was a $50 DX engineering gift card, so it wasn't a big prize, but we created this focus and this competition and this goal amongst us. These guys were in front of their radios almost every waking minute because competition, we all like to compete against each other, especially military guys, right? Kind of get that little one up on your, haha, I got more than you. Oh yeah, watch this. That's us. And those two
Hold my
guys,
beer.
yeah, exactly. Those two guys racked up more contacts, probably twice, three times as many as any other guys. And we're talking, they were competing. These guys have got wire antennas and a 100-watt radio competing against like Walter with a tower and a beam and are beating him from radio time, just getting in front of the radio. But it gave him a purpose and a focus. And it was amazing to watch the transformation.
Yeah, and that's so. It for those that watch the Live Free and Ham podcast or listen to it. Recently, we had Keith on AC1RH, and he's a disabled vet, but like POTA is his new focus. Like that's his thing. He doesn't feel right if he's not activating a park every day. And more often than not, he's activating 2 or 3 parks a day. I think I think he's like number 10 on the total QSOs for parks on the air right now.
Oh wow. POTA has been amazing for ham radio and for me, I got my ham license. At the very beginning, it was just seeing who I could talk to, and that was great. But POTA, it gets you outside. It gets you in the fresh air. You're not crammed up in a shack staring at a screen, and it's therapeutic. It really is. I've put the ATOS and the 891 in the trucks where I can just pull into a park and activate it. And I did that for about 5 activations and then realized I still want to take the radio out and go sit on a bench because it's therapeutic. It's amazing. Silence.
I need to put together a little go kit to take down to the the one river downtown. Well, I have to get on the bus and go downtown, and then I can get off and go across downtown to the river. And it's the Captain John Smith Trail or something like that. It's Poda Park. So as long as I'm within 100 feet of that river, I'm good, and I can go down. There's a little park right there where two rivers meet, and I could set up there and do stuff. But I got to put a little kit together to so I can do that. Get out there and do some POTA.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
And
Parks on the Air is absolutely fantastic. I mean, anything that gets you out in nature. You know, I mean, I love hunting. I love fishing. I love Parks on the Air. I mean, summits on the air. Anything just to get out in nature, get some exercise, and just clear your mind. Get a good headspace. All right. Well, before we hit the 3 hour mark here, we'll start wrapping things up. So I for the first time, I wanna try something new, right? I wanna give a little bit of homework, and this is for the guests and the listeners, right?
Do I need to write this shit down?
So, your homework for the next 2 weeks is I want you to pick one thing that you're going to either add or delete from your daily rhythm, right? Your routine. Just one thing. So don't fully overhaul your routine, but just pick one thing and assess it, right? Is this beneficial or is this harmful? Should I do this more or should I do this less? And make that change with that one thing. And the second thing is to reach out to one person in your tribe. Because I know if you're like me, right, you often will think of your buddies, and then not ever follow through on it. So stop what you're doing in that moment, reach out to that friend, and I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be anything major or significant. Just hey, you still alive, and how you doing, right? Just reach out to one person, and then we can touch on it at the beginning of the next show. Kind of see how everybody did with their homework. Because the thing is not all of us have been out for a long time. I mean, everybody on the stream has, but there's guys like Cody, right? Who's he's got a year left until he's got his 20s, looking at getting out, and so these are all the things that we're talking about are things that guys that are getting out are going to have to transition through. Yeah. And so hopefully, having conversations like this is going to be beneficial to those people. And it's also going to be beneficial to the people that have been out for a while and maybe they're just kind of struggling to find their way. So, if anything that we've discussed tonight, kind of resonated with you, then there acknowledge that there's some truth there, and acknowledge that there's something that you can do to make your quality of life just a little bit better, but just one small simple change. Just that's it. It doesn't have to be huge. Just one small simple change. So, Dave, K Booty, what do you got coming up for you in the next couple weeks?
Pack. Trying to get organized.
Downsizing,
minimizing. I've kind of pushed my timeline up a little bit on the camper. In the next couple weeks, I'm going to actually go put money down on it to hold it because I do want to get a third-party inspection done on it, and then have them fix everything they find before I take possession. And so that may take a month or two. And the goal is still to be moving in March So I need to get on that now so that process, because RV dealerships and getting stuff fixed could take a minute. So
Yep.
that's it. It's downsize and organize. Downsize and organize.
The best time to buy an RV is in the month of December and January
Yep.
because they want the old stuff out and the new stuff in, and they practically give that stuff away.
Yeah, it's a 26, so it's not going to be hard for them to hold it on the lot. But by December, it will have sat on the lot for 3 months, so they'll be pretty motivated to
Yeah,
move it.
and it's wintertime. Nobody's buying anything.
Yeah,
Although I will say, if you buy an RV in New England in January, be prepared for snowstorms because, you know, I I went and looked at my RV in a snowstorm. I went and did the inspection in a snowstorm. I picked it up in a snowstorm. So
Were those the 3 times it snowed that year?
Yeah, pretty much.
well,
I think
it's
I
definitely
think we're getting much more snow here this year than we have
oh
had in the
yeah
last few.
this year is supposed to be a doozy. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
but Jason, what do you got coming up in the next couple weeks, man?
Dinner out and maybe a hockey game. I don't know. Other than that, I don't do much except sit home and watch YouTube, waiting for them to get my tower up so I can play radio.
Telling you, man, offer free pizza and soda, and you'll get hams. They'll come.
Unfortunately, mine are all older than I am, so that doesn't help any when they're about the same shape that I'm in. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to get out there and go do it myself and just deal with the pain and be laid up in the hospital for a week afterwards. But at least it'll be up there when I come home.
Well, I'm sure there's plenty of hams in New York. I mean, reach out to N2MAK, right? He's in your neck of the woods, and he's always talking about.
He's 2.5, 3 hours away.
Yeah, he says that the Rochester Radio Club, I guess, is like the biggest club in the state, and it's got hundreds of hams in it.
Oh yeah, I know. They offered a class, and the class was free if you were a member. So I joined the club for that 1 year, took the class, and then upgraded to general. So, and then I actually took my general test up there in Rochester, because what I would do is I'd go to work and I'd make my last delivery, and then I went right to the test site, and I'd take a 3-hour nap from 6 to 9 or whatever when the test was, and then get up and go in and take the test. That was quite the interesting night.
It sounds like the homework that I've assigned is perfect for you because you gotta reach out to somebody, Jason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Get something moving, anyways. Get that tower going. All right. What about you, Dave?
Well, let's see. Just Thanksgiving with my family and the girlfriend's family on Thursday, and then in 2 weeks from today, my amateur radio club will be holding our annual holiday Christmas gathering. We just get together and have a dinner.
Nice.
Nothing huge going on otherwise.
All right. Michael?
Oh, Thanksgiving at the Chinese restaurant because it's just the wife and I. I might pick up some turkey or something. Just for her and I, we'll go out. We'll do something. Try to get some photo in tomorrow. Somebody said it's supposed to snow. So the S word came out this afternoon. And I was like, I wanted to go out today, and it was raining. I mean, I could have went out and just sat in my truck with my ATAS, but that's no fun in that. So, I don't know. I'm gonna definitely. I got Thursday and Friday off, so it's only a 3-day work week for me. So just go out and chill and have some fun. I've got some projects coming up. I still got to get this stupid thing up. I might put this up on Thanksgiving, depending on what the weather is. The 148-foot random wire, and just chilling this week. It's gonna be a short week for work. All my projects are done so far, so I have nothing on the schedule. So into the office on Monday morning.
All right. Well, don't forget your homework.
Yeah, I got to figure out what I can eliminate. Maybe I'll stop drinking soda for the week. I don't know.
Listen, just one little change. That's all it takes. Just,
Oh yeah,
you
always.
know,
It's always one little change.
baby steps, Bob. Baby steps. What about Bob? Come on. All right. Well, for all our listeners and everybody in the chat, appreciate you being here. Thank you again for all the channel members and Patreon members. Your support is greatly appreciated. We will be back on our regular day in 2 weeks. So the next Weekend Warriors podcast will be December 5th. And I've got some videos and things that I need to work on. But one of the small changes that I'm going to implement over the next couple of weeks is I'm gonna force myself to stop isolating. And if it's only 1 or 2 days a week, I'm gonna take Watson. We're gonna go hang out at the fire pit for a little bit. But we don't have to be super social, right?
No.
We just need to go and just be there. That's it, right? Like I just need to make that one small little change where I leave the comfort and safety of my trailer, and I go and I hang out where other people have the ability to interact with me. So that's one of my goals there for the next 2 weeks. Obviously, I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm kind of bummed that I don't get to make the turkey this year because I'm in Florida and my family is in New Hampshire. So I'm sure that my son will do a fantastic job. Him and I have made the turkey every year for the last 15 years. I'm sure he will do a fantastic job. But having said all that, this has been another episode of the Weekend Warriors podcast. I thank you for joining us, both those of you on the stream with me and everybody in the chat. Just remember, the mission's simple, right? Don't suffer in silence. The fight is not yours alone, and don't forget that no matter what, you still belong to a tribe. Even if you haven't found your people and the uniform's not, pressed and ready to go, you still have your tribe. So we'll see you next time. Until then, hydrate, take your meds, call your people, and smoke them if you got them.
And do not become next week's safety brief.
There you go.
That's a
There you
good one.
go.
77, folks.
Later, y'all.